an Argyle Eagles Booster Club production.
Welcome into the YourNewDoor.com pregame show here on Argyle Eagles Booster Club Broadcasting. My name is Blake Jones, and I'll be your host for tonight's show. Before breaking down tonight's game between Argyle and Frisco Memorial, let's recap the action from last week as Argyle took on Montgomery. Well, that's more like it. Argyle football seems back to themselves after a resounding 62-0 victory over the Montgomery Bears. The sour taste of starting 0-2 had to sit in Argyle's mouths for an extra week after the Grapevine game in Week 3 was canceled due to lightning. But Week 4 took them 156 miles south to the University of Mary Hardin-Baylor with a matchup against the 0-3 Montgomery Bears out of the Houston area. We've got a crowded one. Let's slide into the Rustico and 1845 Taste Texas highlight desk. We'll hear Coach Rodgers tell us later on in our visit with him that his team traveled well, and the offense stepped off the bus on fire, scoring touchdowns on 4 out of their first 5 possessions. The Eagles receive the opening kickoff and go 74 yards in 7 plays before Preston Slayton busted in from 8 yards out for his first touchdown of the season.
2 to the right, 1 left. Argyle from the left hash. Slayton straight ahead. Nice blocking from Hunter McFall up front, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown. Straight ahead, 8-yard touchdown run behind Thor Johansson and Carter Wilson. 6 on the board for the Eagles.
7-0 Argyle. And that would start the Will Grudzielanek party for the evening, as the junior wide receiver had the night to remember. Over the next 4 possessions for Argyle, Grudzielanek would score 3 touchdowns. Here they are in order.
Play action to Kreckler. Going deep is Gailey. He puts it up, and it is complete. 30-yard line, running free, 10-5, touchdown, Will Grudzielanek. 67-yard touchdown pass from John Gailey to Will Grudzielanek. 6 more on the board for the Eagles. Deep ball, left side. Will Grudzielanek makes the catch. Into the end zone, Argyle touchdown. Down the left sideline, 61-yard touchdown pass, John Gailey to Will Grudzielanek. All aboard. 6 more on the board for the Eagles. Gailey, play action. He's going to throw deep, right over the middle. Open again as Will Grudzielanek has to spin around but makes the catch. Falls backwards into the middle of the A in Crusaders in the end zone. 35-yard touchdown pass. 3rd of the night from Gailey to Grudzielanek. 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
Will was uncoverable at Mary Hardin-Baylor. But not to be overlooked was how the offense was set up. After an Argyle fumble gift wraps the Bears with great field position, it was junior cornerback Luke Lane coming up with a turning point moment for the Eagles defense.
Williams is going to throw the fade toward the end zone, and going up tall to make the catch is Jake Wilson, and no, Argyle with the interception. It was taken away. Interception by Luke Lane in the end zone. Argyle football.
And on the next possession, it's Nathaniel Bruce's turn.
Williams rolling to his right. His pass is intercepted. Nate Bruce has got it at midfield. He's bringing it back. He's to the 40, 35. Threw it right to him. Reggie Williams did not see him. His receiver looked open running across the middle.
All in all, dominant opening 2 quarters for the Black Swarm defense as they hold Montgomery to 5 3-and-outs and 2 interceptions in the first half. But Will Grudzielanek wasn't done. His 4th touchdown of the first half comes with a minute left in the second quarter.
Here's a deep ball right side. Man's open. He's got him. It's caught. Touchdown. It's Will Grudzielanek once again. John Gailey to Will Grudzielanek for the 4th time tonight. 38-yard touchdown pass. 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
35-0 Argyle at the half. Don't go anywhere. We aren't done yet. The running back depth has been dwindling since the first week, and getting his first carries of the season was sophomore Chase Bagley. And wouldn't you know it, his first carry goes for 6.
Handoff, left side, Argyle making some moves into the end zone. His first carry, Chase Bagley, the 6'1", 180-pound sophomore. 15-yard touchdown run for Bagley. 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
A couple records were flirted with in the second half as Will Grudzielanek catches his 5th touchdown of the evening. After the Eagles defense forces a fumble and sets up the offense in Montgomery territory, 5 plays later, Grudzielanek makes another house call.
Gailey looking, still looking. He's throwing towards the middle of the end zone. It's caught! What an unbelievable catch! Will Grudzielanek went up over the head of the defender, pops the ball up in the air. He's laying on his back, and it lands right in his stomach, and he makes the catch for the touchdown. A 28-yard touchdown pass. John Gailey, 5th touchdown for Will Grudzielanek. 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
Grudzielanek finishes with 8 catches for 285 yards and 5 touchdowns. His 285 yards receiving is second in school history, and his 5 touchdowns is tied for first in school history. Both of those records were set by Cole Kirkpatrick in a playoff game against Stephenville in 2019. Unbelievable night for the junior wide receiver. Argyle cruises to a 62-0 victory over Montgomery. Here's Kenny to wrap this thing up.
As we are down to triple zeros, Argyle gets victory number 1 this season. They move to 1-2 on the season. Montgomery moves to 0-4. Our final score here from Crusader Stadium on the campus of the University of Mary Hardin-Baylor. Argyle 62, Montgomery nothing.
You'll have to take your pick for who was more dominant against the Bears. The Argyle offense put up 568 yards, 399 through the air, earning 24 first downs and putting up 62 points. The Argyle defense forced 10 3-and-outs, 5 turnovers, held the Bears to under 200 yards of offense, and pitched a shutout away from Eagle Stadium. This one may just have to be a tie. Argyle earns their first win of 2023 in dominant fashion. We're going to take our first break in the pregame show, and when we return, we'll hear from the head coach of Argyle's opponent tonight, Memorial's Jeff Jackson. Stay with us.
A trusted community staple for over 15 years, Rapid Med Urgent Care is more than just an urgent care. From well checks to minor emergency care, our goal is to keep you well or get you feeling better sooner. We also now offer Rapid Wellness, providing therapeutic IV infusions, injections, weight loss options, and allergy testing and treatment. Walk-ins are welcome, or visit rapidmed.com and book your visit today. Rapid Med Urgent Care, your hometown emergency care doctors with Texas-sized hearts and proud supporters of our Argyle Eagles.
Park Place is proud to support Argyle High School and all you Eagles fans out there. You deserve to feel like a winner, whether you're cheering on your favorite team or shopping for your new favorite car. And at Park Place Lexus Grapevine and Land Rover DFW, you'll enjoy a fully customized luxury dealership experience that'll make you feel like the MVP. So head over to your nearest Park Place dealership or visit parkplace.com and see what makes them the experts in excellence.
This Scouting Report segment is brought to you by Park Place, and on our Park Place phone line right now is the head coach of the Frisco Memorial Warriors, Jeff Jackson. Hello, Coach. Thank you for your time.
Hey, glad to be here. Thanks for doing this and getting us involved in this.
Yeah, of course. I'm really happy to talk to you. My first question for you is I see here that the announcement of your hiring was in mid-July, just 5 weeks before the very first game. So my question for you is how's your summer been? I mean, it had to have been a whirlwind. I can't imagine what the last 2 months has been like for you.
Yeah, it has been a whirlwind, but I would say this, though, Frisco ISD is such a great district that there's just things that have been in place, and so it's not like I had to learn a whole new district or a whole new system for the most part in that front. It's pretty unified and aligned, as far as the kids are concerned. We have great kids here and pretty resilient, so like anything else, though, it was a unique challenge for sure, like some other things that come up. But like I said, I'm in a great place and it's a great district. And so it worked out well, but for the most part, yeah, just like you would say, it is a whirlwind. Any change is a whirlwind, right? And so, but it's been good. So it's been a really good, unique challenge. I think maybe I'll put it in my book once it's all said and done. So.
Yeah, I'd love a copy of that book when it comes out. But this is the first time you've been head coach, is that right?
I've been a head track coach, but head football coach, yes.
Yes, head football coach. Okay, so you've worked under a couple coaches at Plano, I see here, Mount Pleasant, and Frisco Centennial. But now that you're the man in charge, you've seen other programs and been a part of them, but what do you want to establish under your own tenure here at Memorial?
I'm not sure what you're looking for as far as what I want to establish, but the number one thing is, man, I've learned for so many good people, I can go on and on about the head coaches I've worked for, from Coach Johnny Ringo to Corey Homer, Matt Webb. These all they've been mentors to me, right? And so they've been great, and you learn so much from them, and if you say you do something different, it's not because they did something wrong. It's just maybe not my style, But for the most part, and I just want here at Memorial High School, it's about family culture. That's the biggest thing that we talk about is who are we? We're going to be a family, right? And I know people come from different backgrounds, so we define all those things for our kids, And then when you look at the Memorial emblem, and we're going to be a disciplined team. Right? That's the goal. We're working towards that. We're going to be tough. We're going to be hardworking. We're going to compete. And if you're talking about what results and all that kind of stuff, I think it comes when you just do. You stay. I hate to go Nick Saban on you, but you just stay true to the process, right? You know what I mean? You just do the things that you need to do on a daily basis. And I think the results will come, right? But right now, one of my favorite coaches is a guy named Bill Walsh. He wrote a book called The Score Takes Care of Itself. Just build a culture of excellence and then let the score take care of itself. You know, so we're learning that right now, and our kids are learning that, and they're buying into the family culture. And every decision we make is based on what's best for our family, what's best for our team, what's best for our community. And so the number one thing we want to establish is make sure we have a culture of family, right? And then from there, we're going to build, right? And then when you see the end, that's what you should see. You should see discipline, you should see toughness, you should see hardworking competitors, right? So that's where we are. And so, like I said, we define all those things. But if you're looking for, maybe you want to be a championship program, you know, I know Argyle has a great history, and it's not lost upon me. You know, I know they're Lone Star Cut champions, and those are all great. And so, and we want to be that program. We want to be a program that, man, it competes for championships, but that's not our sole focus right now. It's growing our kids is the sole focus right now.
Yeah, I think you asked what was I looking for that in that question. That was the perfect answer. You know, you'd taken so much from what you'd learned at these previous stops to create your own identity. You know, that's a really neat thing. Well, this is Coach Jeff Jackson, head coach of Frisco Memorial, on with us in the YourNewDoor.com pregame show. Two more questions for you, Coach.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to talk about your coaching staff. You know, a lot of times assistant coaches don't get the same praise that head coaches do, and I'd like to bring some attention to them. Now, your coordinators have 45 years of coaching between them, and some of your position group coaches have been around a while, but then you have a couple of newbies in there as well. So you've got a diverse group on your staff. What's that relationship like during the week when all of you come together and form a game plan?
That's a unique staff, you know, and like you said, there's a lot of experience in the room, and then there's a lot of youthfulness in the room, right? So you got the energy from the youthfulness, and the reality is it rubs off on our older guys, right? I mean, just great energy from our guys, you know, and then our older guys have done a really good job of mentoring, right? They even mentor me, right? So I just think that it's just a unique situation, right? So when you have guys who've done it for a long time, kind of been there, done that, seen it, they do a good job of mentoring the young guys, but the young guys bring their own energy. They bring their own things to the table, right? And so what I do love about our staff is it feels it's just a good staff, if that's the best way I can put it. It's a good, unique, balanced staff. You know, they do a good job. They work really hard, and they want to do what's right by our kids. You know, and so again, very unique in their own right. So you're right on the experience. Our coordinators are. They're very smart individuals, right? Care for kids, very professional, want to do what's right, and but they also want to grow the next generation of coaches and the next generation of kids, for that matter. So it's a very good staff, unique in its own right. Again, hardworking guys. So I mean, I appreciate you asking about that staff. I think that's a great question, because at the end of the day, they don't get enough recognition, and they put just as much work in as Coach Rodgers and myself, right? And so just the idea of recognizing them is huge.
Right. Yeah, I enjoy. You know, there's so many people that are behind the scenes that no one really knows about and won't.
Right.
But yeah, I'd love to shine the light on some of the people behind the scenes.
A couple of our guys have been former head coaches. You know what I mean? And so they've been a great asset to me as well. You know what I mean? Just seeing things down the road, or and giving their input on things that they've done while they were head coaches, and so and they still got it in them. So. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's funny. You learn from your boss all the way. As assistant head coach, and then you get to head coach, and then you turn around and learn from your assistants. Right? You never stop learning from others. Last thing for you, Coach, before I let you go, I want you to talk a little bit about your team. Now, we can look at stats and numbers and highlights. But what about some of these kids off of the field? Who are some of your high character guys, and what's this bunch like to coach?
Yeah, like I told you, they're resilient. I think that's the number one thing. Just coming through the change that they've gone through, losing their coach they've known for so long, and then embracing me. It should tell you a lot about the character, right, and who they are, and wanting to learn and do different things, and so that's been great for them. And man, we have a lot of high character guys. Obviously, we have a talent. We have a running back that's been out, but he's a great kid. He's one of our captains, and I can't say enough about him. And reality is, people don't give enough I'm reckoning this to our offensive line, and I do think, man, the leadership that we have, in particular, is a kid named Eddie Joka, and man, I'm telling you, he's just the light, if I can have a lack of a better term, but he does a great job of encouraging our kids and keeping everybody positive and going in the right direction, buying in, and so we have kids like that, and like I said, we're building a family atmosphere here. So just being willing to do the community service and stepping out in opportunities that are going on in our community. This is who they are. And like I said, the wins will come and the success will come, right? But we got to make sure we're taking care of the things we need to take care of. And if you will, the process that we talked about earlier. And those things are going to be fine, right? But the reality is, man, there's just a great bunch of kids and hardworking kids. And yeah, we're young. I think that's the big thing. If you want to look at stats, we're very young. But, man, they're buying in. They're learning each week. So love these kids. It's a great group of kids. So
it makes it easier when you only have 5 weeks before the first game, doesn't it? Having a good group of kids. Well, Coach, I greatly appreciate your time. I know you're busy on game weeks. Thank you so much for our conversation, and be careful getting Argyle, and best of luck to you and your boys on Friday night.
Thanks for your time. I
Awesome.
appreciate you doing this.
Coming up next in the YourNewDoor.com pregame show, we hear from Coach Rodgers and his keys to victory before Argyle takes on Frisco Memorial. That's up next, brought to you by the Argyle Eagles Booster Club.
This is Billy Klein. DFW Door Repair was repairing, restoring, and replacing doors in houses all over town when a couple of guys from Austin showed up and said, "Billy, we need to take this nationwide." I said, "I don't know how to do that." They said, "We do." And that's how YourNewDoor.com was born. I'm telling you this in case it all works out and we become a big deal nationwide. You'll be able to say, "I was there the day it was born." Billy and Jennifer help sponsor our ball games. Check it out, YourNewDoor.com.
Howdy, folks. Marty B here, inviting you to come to each of our 4 amazing restaurants. At Marty B's, join us for an outstanding atmosphere of family, food, fun, and entertainment. Or join us at Rustico Wood-Fired Grill and Wine Bar for an intimate date night in a rustic, elegant setting. Looking for a taste of upscale Texas? Join us at 1845, where it's designed like Dallas, but tastes like Fort Worth. Come experience amazing at all of our fine restaurants. And new this summer, put a pep in your two-step at Marty B's Coffee Co., right next to Marty B's restaurant. Look forward to seeing you there.
.407 Barbecue brings us this week's weekly flyover with the head coach of the Eagles, Todd Rodgers. And Coach, that's more like it, huh? 62-0 win over Montgomery, and you seem to dominate on both sides of the ball on Friday night.
I was pleased with the way the kids traveled and certainly how they played football. I thought we looked good in all 3 phases of the game. I was particularly impressed with our ability to go down the field with the football. So we have, for that to happen, you have to have good protection and a good throw by the quarterback and certainly a good reception down the field. But several receivers contributed to it. So it's lit a fire in the guys that didn't get to participate. And I thought we started with some great practices this week.
Well, let's get into that individual performance that we saw on Friday night, and it was one of the more spectacular individual performances we've seen here in a while. I mean, you think of the likes of Nick Ralston against Kennedale and Navasota. You got Dylan Carter against Salina and Melissa. You've had these games that stick. Cole Kirkpatrick against Stephenville, I think, was a playoff game where he had a crazy night. But Will Krzyzak's 285-yard, 5-touchdown performance, that's got to be right up there with the names that I just mentioned.
Oh, well, it's certainly a single standout performance by Will, but like I said, I think it was kind of a coming out party for us, and I think it's going to be maybe a tipping point. We're going to look back in the season that we're starting to hit on a few cylinders now. Certainly not all cylinders. There was a lot of criticalness that we're able to find on video and try to get that corrected on Saturday morning early. But I thought our kids responded well just to the nature of the game and what it meant. And obviously, doing it in a great facility was fun as well.
Yeah, that's a really nice stadium they have down in Belton. You mentioned it, Krzyzak catches it, but someone's got to throw it. I thought Gailey, you could see his confidence grow almost by the series, and that had to be good to see from your senior quarterback.
Yeah, statistically, it's one of the better games he's ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Just completion percentage and just success ratios throwing the ball down the field for 20-plus yard gains. So we like that. Obviously, we want to keep that as part of our repertoire of our offense, but we were able to run the ball effectively as well, and so I'm very pleased.
Yeah, you led into my next question. Preston Flaten eclipsed the 100-yard mark on the ground, and that's your first 100-yard rusher of the season. What are your thoughts on the run game right now?
Well, we've knew that Preston was going to be one of our running backs, and we've had 2 other injuries, prior to the game with Devin and Lane, and then Jake Kreckler getting banged up during the game. So we actually have 3 running backs that are hurt at this point. So I know Preston probably thinks I'm trying to replace him. I'm just trying to get some people over there to help him. So we moved Chase Bagley over there to give him some assistance. So it's running back by committee, just like it was the last few years.
Boy, Chase looked impressive. His first carry goes for a touchdown.
Yeah,
can't beat that.
Yeah, and so he knows a little bit about what he's doing. So he's only going to improve in that area, and we've got good football players on the team. We just got to get all of them in the right positions.
Boy, if that's knowing a little. It's going to be scary when he knows a lot. Let's talk about your defense for a minute. Montgomery ran 70 plays on offense, and they either moved backwards or did not gain a yard on 31 of those plays. So nearly half, they did not successfully move the football. And that doesn't include the 5 turnovers your defense forced. So you said you wanted to travel well, and I think that at least the defensive numbers prove that you did.
Well, we had a good, simple game plan, and I think our young kids need to get used to taking the game plan, applying their skills they learned all week. And I saw that this week. I thought Max Bland played a fantastic game. I thought the defensive line as a whole was fantastic, and Hudson Emeterio is getting in shape and up to speed with that. But I thought our young secondary were great tacklers in open space, and take advantage of the ball being in the air. They were able to get some picks at the right time.
How are you feeling about your team headed into district play?
We're still not where we need to be, but we're much further down the road than certainly scrimmage or week 1. I think that our kids are starting to understand the work that it takes to be a big-time player in a big-time program, and the kids are realizing it and stacking a bunch of work together. There's joy on the football field at practice at 6 a.m. in the morning, so I'm looking forward to that, to see that every day, and I'm seeing it. And it's fun for them. They're getting lots of energy out of their teammates and their friends on the team while learning, to develop a scouting report and to put that into place and honing their skills. So I'm very pleased with the situation. I'm pleased with what's getting taught on the field. And we just had to continue, improving and showing great progress as we work in district play.
All right, back in 60 seconds with Coach Rodgers' keys to victory right after this.
407 Barbecue is a proud supporter of the Argyle Eagles. Named the very best barbecue in all of DFW several times over, 407 Barbecue offers an array of award-winning smoked meats, including mouth-watering brisket and ribs. No plate is complete without one of their world-famous sides and a bowl of Grandma's banana pudding. Family owned and operated by your neighbors right here in Argyle. See their menu and catering options online at 407bbq.com or see for yourself at I-35W exit 407. 407 Barbecue.
Buying or selling a home is likely your greatest investment. Lori Jacobson and the Legacy Group believe in making the process easy and simple for your family. Whether you're moving into your forever home in Argyle, need help remodeling or staging, or are a first-time buyer, Lori's dedicated to making sure all of her clients walk away from the transaction satisfied. She has a saying that you walk in as a client, but you leave as a friend. So it's no secret why she's been named Best Real Estate Agent by D Magazine yet again. Lori Jacobson encourages all the Argyle Eagles to leave a legacy both on and off the field. Go Eagles.
All right, we're back here in the pregame show with Coach Rodgers as his team prepares to take on Frisco Memorial tonight in the first district game of the season. And Coach, Frisco Memorial was an interesting case last year because, at least to the eyeball test, to me, I thought that they were one of your stiffest games last year. I mean, they played you in a really tough battle there at the Star in Frisco on a Thursday night. They've had a coaching change. Coach Roberson moved to Duncanville ISD, and they bring in a new coach, Jeff Jackson, who was the offensive coordinator at Frisco Centennial last season. So a lot of turnaround. I know there's a lot of natural turnaround as kids graduate, but is there going to be a big difference between Memorial last season and this season?
I don't think there's a lot. Obviously there's graduation. There's some kids moving to some new positions. Tullis, the running back last year, is playing a little bit more defense this year, and so he's got some Division I offers. So the football team doesn't look a lot different. Obviously, the offense and defense does look a little bit different because there's a new man in charge. But the kids are there. There's got a couple of injured on the sidelines, that could return any given week now. So they might take a change, an injection of athleticism at any given time based on those kids returning. But it's a team that, has struggled early, probably with youth, just like we did, and they're starting to hit their stride about the same time as we are.
And lastly, what are your keys to victory tonight against Frisco Memorial?
Well, obviously, we're very excited about being at home. It's an opportunity for us to showcase our talents and for us to play to the highest level. Obviously, we didn't get to finish the Grapevine game, so it's our first full game at home, basically a home opener with everybody to be there. So I think that we've got to continue to show some flash of greatness offensively. We need the big runs. We need the big throws down the field that are successful. That way we can keep the energy high on our football team. Defensively, we got to keep on keeping on. Be physical at the point of attack, rally to the football, and make a big hit or big play when you get a chance from the secondary. And then our kicking game, we had a chance to try a long field goal last week. We got to keep looking for opportunities to get our field goal team out there, to make that a natural occurrence. And obviously, our kicking game didn't get much work last week as far as our punt or punt return. So we've got to be strong in those areas and take advantages of some things that we're seeing on video.
Thank you to Rapid Med for those keys to victory, and thank you for your time, Coach. Best of luck against Memorial.
Thanks, Blake.
All right, one final break here in the YourNewDoor.com pregame show. Kickoff just minutes away. This is Argyle Eagles Booster Club broadcasting.
Hey, this is Brian Estridge, the voice of the TCU Horned Frogs, and I want to promote a neat tool that the Booster Club releases every Thursday. It's the Eagles Nest podcast. Blake Jones and his team get you prepared each week for Argyle's next game by talking with one of the seniors for the football team, chatting with the head coach of that week's opponent, as well as spending some time with the Argyle head coach, Todd Rodgers, including getting his keys for an Argyle victory. Plus, don't miss highlights from last week's game and the Argyle ISD Eagle Update. Updating you on all the events headed your way around the school district. Check it out and subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.
This broadcast is made possible by the generous support of our corporate advertising sponsors who have enabled Argyle ISD athletic programs to achieve many exceptional accomplishments, including state championships in multiple sports and 10 straight Lone Star Cups. These sponsorships remain the primary source of funding for the Booster Club, which directs the expenditures towards Argyle athletics and clubs at the high school and middle school level. Your corporate sponsorship provides the best opportunity for our student athletes to reach their full potential here at Argyle ISD, and in return, we offer numerous advertising packages which fit your budget to brand your business with high visibility in the stadiums or right here on these airwaves. Do you want to be a sponsor and support the athletics here at Argyle ISD? Contact Brian and Shelley Stone at aebc.sponsorship@gmail.com to begin your support. Go Eagles!
All right, that'll do it for me tonight. I'd like to thank Coach Jackson and Coach Rodgers for coming on the show. And I'd like to thank you for listening. And now, let's go live to Eagle Stadium and step inside the YourNewDoor.com press box, where Mitch Cullen and the legendary Kenny Arthur will take you the rest of the way.
Thank you, Blake Jones. We are live at Eagle Stadium, and a coin toss is taking place right now down on the field. Let's check down with Clark McNulty on the field and see if we can find out what's going on down there.
Argyle has won the toss and is elected to receive.
Well, there you go. That was easy peasy. So Argyle captains Bud Petter, John Gailey, Brendan Hickman, and I know the other one. Devin Owen, that's it. He's the one that's not in pads because he's out for the second week in a row, is Devin Owen. So Argyle will have the football first. And here is who is starting on offense when Argyle gets the football after the kickoff. Gailey still looking. He's throwing towards the middle of the end zone. It's caught! on defense. Williams rolling to his right. His pass is intercepted. Nate Bruce has got it at midfield. He's bringing it back. He's to the 40, 35. Threw it right to him. Reggie Williams did not see him. His receiver looked open running across the middle. Second interception for Argyle in this game on back-to-back drives, and it's Argyle football at the 35-yard line of Montgomery.
Todd Rodgers, head coach. This is my starting 11 on defense.
Logan Gregory, 44, senior, defensive tackle.
Brendan Hickman, 97, senior, D-line.
Jack Teller, 40, senior, defensive line.
Bud Putter, number 25, senior, linebacker.
Maxwell Bland, 32, sophomore, outside linebacker.
Hudson Emeterio, 15, senior linebacker.
Michael Roberts, number 7, senior, cornerback.
Xavier Sanchez, number 23, junior, safety.
Nathaniel Bruce, number 8, sophomore, safety.
Garrett Westrom, number 2, junior, safety.
Colton Rockmore, 4, senior, corner.
Coach Lundy, defensive coordinator.
Those starting lineups brought to you by Rapid Med Urgent Care, your hometown emergency care doctors with Texas-sized hearts. Rapid Med Urgent Care. Again, Argyle wins the toss, and they elect to receive. They will have the football first. The coin toss brought to you by Lori Jacobson and the Legacy Group. It's not heads or tails with them. You don't have to pick. With Lori Jacobson and the Legacy Group, you're both a client and a friend. John Gailey, the senior quarterback, will lead Argyle out tonight. 6'3", 200-pound senior, 54% completion percentage on the season, 684 yards, 5 touchdowns. Maybe the key so far, no interceptions for John Gailey in this young season. The Eagles come in at 1-2. The Memorial Warriors come in at 0-4. Let's check in with Clark McNulty down on the sideline. Get us a Chick-fil-A on 407. Mood on the sideline. Clark.
Well, district play has begun, and these guys, there's a little bit of a different feel down here because they know that these games count towards their march to the state championship. I mean, I know their first goal is district championship. Step 1 is tonight. They have to dominate this Frisco team to move on.
That is the plan tonight for Argyle. 35, Blake Bollinger set to kick off for the Memorial Warriors. Back deep for Argyle. Looks like it's going to be Nate Bruce and Will Grudzielanek. Or is that Jake? That's Nate Bruce. He's going to have it at the 25. Comes to the middle of the field, into the 35 to the 36. Good starting field position for Argyle. On the stop was Elyon White, sophomore, for the Memorial Warriors. And here is that Memorial defense. Maybe. There's a lot of changes from week to week with this young Memorial defense. Matter of fact, I already see one out there. It looks like Evan Faulkner starting at defensive end, as well as number 33, Ryan Lohman, and 34, Leo Rodgers on the front. The outside backers are Beckett Martin and Doug McLeod. The inside backers, Clayton Brim and Austin Metcalf. The corners, David Wilson and Chase Coleman. And the safeties are Parker Goodwin and Elyon White. It's Argyle 1st and 10. They'll hand it straight off, will John Gailey. He gives it to his running back, who is out there. That is Preston Slayton. And Preston will have a yard, is all to the 38-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10. And actually, check that, Cullen's son is the starting safety. And Gailey going to play action on 2nd down. He's got a man across the middle. It's Will Hodson. Pretty good coverage there as Chase Coleman tried to knock the ball out. As soon as Hodson caught it, but he was able to hang on to it. 17-yard gain into Memorial territory at the 45-yard line. It's 1st and 10. And the great Mitch Cullen's here, and we'll hear from they're checked to the sideline. Mitch, hi. How you doing?
Kenny's good to be back. Good to be back.
About time. Two receivers left, one right. Ooh, a little inside toss to Hunter McFall. And that's going to be a complete pass, and McFall's going to get across the 40 to the 39-yard line for David Wilson, the senior cornerback. Drops him after a 6-yard gain. For Argyle, it's Hodson and Gasperson going out wide right. Grudzielanek is wide left by himself. McFall, the tight end, is behind his left tackle. Play action again. Gailey wanting to go deep. He's got a man there. There's some pretty good coverage, though, in the pass just a little bit overthrown. David Wilson had good coverage on Will Grudzielanek and overthrown by a couple of yards by John Gailey. It'll be 3rd down and about 4 for the Eagles.
Yeah, and Argyle doing a good job. The tempo is there, right? So they're moving the ball up and down the field with the tempo, but they're also mixing the plays in where they did the little kind of shovel pass to the tight end. They did a couple of running plays, a couple of pass plays, doing a good job of showing a little bit of everything.
Ethan Fetters is checked in at a receiver position, but Argyle is going to hand it off here, and Preston Slayton's not going to have a whole lot. He's going to be hit by number 9, that gentleman I mentioned who was in at defensive end, Evan Faulkner. And give him maybe a half a yard. It's going to be 4th down at about 3. Argyle in no man's land. They'll go for it.
Yeah, I think they called that play knowing they were going for it on 4th down if they didn't get it.
4th and a long 3. Argyle's going to get a free snap. Offsides, and John Gailey's just going to take off running. He's going to get a nice block out in front. He's to the 30, 25. He's down the sideline. Cuts it inside of the 10, 5. Argyle touchdown. 38-yard touchdown run for John Gailey. There's a flag down, but it's going to be offsides on Frisco Memorial. The Eagles strike first. All aboard. 6 on the board for Argyle.
Yeah, and a great job by Will Hodgson down there. He was the receiver that they were looking at, and when he saw Gailey running, he turned into a blocker, and he pinned his guy on the sideline, and Gailey cut back to the middle of the field and easily got in the end zone. Kenny, is it just me? I mean, is it my presence here that does that?
The quick score like that?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you some credit since you're not dove hunting or whatever else you've been doing the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, something.
Priorities. Beckham Kimbrell in to attempt the extra point. Out of the hole to Colton Rockmore. Deep snapper is 48, Greg Moeller. Hold is down. The extra point is good. Argyle strikes quickly. 10-14 to play in the first quarter. Our score is Argyle 7, Frisco Memorial nothing. And, hey, this gives us an early opportunity, Mitch. How about we find out who is bringing us our first quarter tonight?
Got it.
You can find it there on page 2.
There it is.
There it is.
First quarter, page 2. Drees Custom Homes, Connie Johnson, A-Town Apparel, Lamar National Bank, Core Culture Studio, Lorraine Moore Monument Realty, Net Profit Advisors, Emily Holt with Argyle Party and Gift, JB Warranties, Argyle United Methodist Church, J. Caldwell Custom Pools, Orthopedic Associates of Flower Mound, Longhorn Screen Shades and Shutters, Amy Cook, the Legacy Group, and the sponsor of our pregame show, Billy Klein with YourNewDoor.com.
Chase Coleman and Trey Reese Coleman are back deep. I don't think they're twins. One's a junior and one's a senior, but they could be related, Chase and Trey. And so Beckham Kimbrell will kick off for Argyle, leading 7-0 here early against the Memorial Warriors. Kick is end over end. It's going to be short. It's going to hit out of bounds. So not a great kickoff there by Beckham Kimbrell. And they'll bring that one out to the 35-yard line. Is that right? I always get confused on that, where it goes exactly.
Yeah,
but how about a drive summary?
Let's have it, all right?
How about a drive summary from Mitchy Poo?
6 plays, 63 yards with a 38-yard TD scamper on 4th down.
That drive brought to you
Wasn't
by
it a scamper?
Dave and Kathy Salisbury of the Real Estate Station. And Argyle defense. Here's your Cinch Cleaners uniform update so we can paint this picture. Argyle red jerseys, white numerals outlined in black, red pants, those black matte helmets with the red logo on it. Handoff, Memorial, first down. Ooh, some running room there. Brandon Tolis didn't play last week for Memorial. He's their stud running back, and he is out there this time. And he's going to get a gain of 8 on first down before Garrett Westrom comes up to make the stop for Argyle. Memorial in their white jerseys with black numerals outlined in yellow, yellow pants, black helmets with the big yellow M on the side of those helmets, and the yellow stripes down the middle, kind of look like the Missouri Tigers helmets. Second down and 2 for Memorial. Inside handoff. This time it's David Wilson. He's going to get drugged down from behind. Hudson Materio, number 15, back in the backfield to make the stop back at the 34-yard line. 4-yard loss that time on second down. Going to leave down to 3rd down and 6 now for the Warriors.
Yeah, when you're running east-west and not north-south, that just gives that defense that Argyle has with the speed, the quickness, too much time to adjust and get in there. That's exactly what happened.
Materio and Petter on the outside as backers. Max Bland on the inside. And quarterback's going to roll to his right. Now he's under a lot of pressure, and he's just going to throw it out of bounds as Demarion McPherson had nowhere to go with that one. He led the team in rushing last week, and he can take off if he needs to, but going to the short side of the field that time, nothing doing, and it'll be a punting situation for the Warriors. 3 and out on first possession for Memorial.
Yeah, Brendan Hickman got in the backfield in a hurry and started chasing him, and like Blake said, to the short side of the field is where he was rolling, so he ran out of room in a hurry and had nothing to do but just chunk it out of bounds.
Memorial huddles before the punt. See that too often. Blake Bollinger back in punt formation for the Warriors. Play clock. We're not watching the play clock. It's just stuck on 0. Short punt by Bollinger. It's going to bounce at the 45 of Argyle. And
they got it surrounded.
A little bit of a Warrior roll and be down at the 39-yard line. A 27-yard punt by Bollinger and no return for Argyle. And it is going to be first down and 10 for the Eagles at their own 39-yard line. So here come the Eagles moving from right to left in the first quarter. 2 receivers left this time, 1 right. John Gailey at quarterback with Preston Slayton to the left of him. Gailey wants to throw, straight drop. He does throw. He hits McGuire Gasperson at midfield. He came back for it. Nice job by the slot receiver. Just run a little hook route on the left side there. Was brought down by Elyon White after a 12-yard pickup into Memorial territory at the 49.
Good job just to hang on to it because the DB came in there slashing at it, trying to rip it out, but couldn't do it. Gasperson held on.
Play action this time. Gailey's going to go deep, looking at the middle of the field. There's a flag down, and Will Grudzielanek goes up. He makes the catch over David Wilson. The flag is back at about the 28-yard line. The catch was made at the 8. 41-yard pitch and catch from Gailey to Grudzielanek. Let's check the flag.
Defense number 17. The penalty is declined. Result of the play, first down Argyle.
So Will Grudzielanek just kind of picking up where he left off last week.
Yeah, he had that inside leverage, right? He's running down the middle of the field inside, and the receiver was behind him, and he still went up and made a great catch, though.
Handoff Slayton. He's got a big hole up the middle. Oh, somebody grabs his leg. They're able to get a hold of his ankles there. Nice job by Cullen's son coming up from his safety position. Looked like an easy touchdown there for Slayton, but he gets to the 2-yard line. 6-yard pickup on first down, second down and goal. It's going to be Slayton again. Ooh, a little delayed. No! Walk the dog, John Gailey. Fakes the handoff on the read option as John Gailey, and everybody in a white jersey thought Preston Slayton had the football, and so did Kenny Arthur up here in the booth. John Gailey able to walk it into the end zone. 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
Yeah, and you're right. He faked everybody out. It was a great fake, and they all rushed to the center of the field, and Gailey did just walk in the end zone.
Beckham Kimbrell in for the PAT. Beckham Kimbrell's extra point is good. 8:03 to play in the first quarter. Argyle already on top, 14-0 in this ball game. John Gailey scores the touchdown, a 2-yard touchdown run. John Gailey wasn't a starter last year at the first of the season, but due to injuries and whatnot, he ended up taking most of the snaps, especially later in the season. Here's what John learned getting the opportunity to start last year.
I think just being able to come in, like, know the intensity, know the speed of the game.
Yeah.
Because I remember Melissa, my first play, I was shaking so bad I thought I was going to fall over.
I bet.
And so just being able to play in the biggest games of the year, the nerves just gone. After Lovejoy, all my nerves were gone for the rest of the year.
Good.
And so just being able to apply it to this year and just take it play by play.
John Gailey, one of those kind of guys that leads by example. As you can tell, he's not a man of many words, not real vocal. I think you're also going to hear that from this week's player spotlight, Bud Petter, who just gets out there and was voted a captain, but man, such a quiet, reserved young man, both of them, the quarterback and one of your starting linebackers. You expect those guys to be real loud and vocal, Mitch, but neither one of them really are, but they lead by example.
Yeah, and you want them to be loud, but I think you'd rather them lead by example, and that's 2 great kids to do it right there.
Beckham Kimbrell kicking off. Trey Coleman backpedaling into the end zone. He's going to bring it out. Out to the 10. Oh, not a good idea there. And he finally just takes a seat as in there to make the stop. Guess who on special teams? We call his name almost every kickoff. Justice Jones. Credit Justice with the tackle. Trey just didn't really want any of that, did he?
Well, I think the turf monster got
Okay, we'll give it that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's have a drive summary, Mitchie Poo.
All right, this was brought to us by Ty and Jennifer Homeyer of the Design House. We had 4 plays, 61 yards, 51 seconds off the clock, and there was that 41-yard pass from Gailey to Grudzielanek for the touchdown. Was the big play, or not for the touchdown, but the big play of the drive.
Snap back to Demarion McPherson. He's just going to take it straight ahead. Not a whole lot there. Brendan Hickman in the backfield. Also coming up from the linebacker spot, Max Bland. And no gain on first down. It'll be second down and 10. They got a big offensive line. Diego Valero, the sophomore, is the center. He goes 270. Adora Joko, the right guard, also goes 270. Jalen Clark, the other guard, the left guard. Graham Butler is the left tackle. And Reggie Edwards, who I don't have his actual size, but it's over 300 pounds, I promise. He's the right tackle. Oh. Read option. He held it in the belly a little too long, did McPherson, and he's going to get hammered in the backfield. Jack Teller makes the stop. Another no gain. It's going to be third down and 10 for the Warriors.
Yeah, and I was thinking the same thing you were, Kenny. They're big up front, right? And that very first play where they run through that A gap or whatever it was, and they had some success. And I thought, well, this could be a long night if their line is that good and they're pushing us around. But obviously that stopped. They got some guys that are well over 250. I mean, I don't know what it says, but
McPherson rolling to his right, and he just can't get out past. He just kept on rolling. He was trying to look upfield, but the Argyle defense stringing him out, and Max Bland finally tackles him out of bounds. That was kind of unnecessary, but we don't mind because it was still in bounds.
It was violent.
Legal hit, but pretty violent by Max Bland. He does gain a yard, but it's going to be fourth down and 9 for the Warriors. Back-to-back 3-and-outs here for Memorial.
Yeah, he needs to get rid of the ball, right? He needs to put it in somebody else's hands.
Let's go down to Clark here real quick. Right after this punt, we'll go down and talk to Clark. And
he's got some opinions, you
talk
think?
a little bit about the how this Argyle team has just seemed to find another gear last week and this week. It's not that Montgomery – now, I'm not saying Montgomery and Memorial are Melissa or Lovejoy by any stretch of the imagination. We got a flag down here.
Offense. 5-yard penalty remains, fourth down.
So legal formation here on the punt, but this gives us an opportunity. We'll go ahead and talk to Clark now. Well, now they're going to line back straight back up, aren't they? We'll do it after the punt.
They're going to bring the house on one of these punts early, right? They don't want to do it later when the game's out of hand, but they're going to do it early. This may be it.
Snap back. Punt is away. It's short, and it's going to hit at the 30 of Memorial and back up and be down at the 28-yard line by Doug McLeod. 19-yard punt and no return. Argyle have it first and 10 at their own 20 at the Memorial 28-yard line. Now we can talk to Clark, and Clark just again, I'm not saying these guys are Melissa or Lovejoy, but just seems like some extra energy from Argyle the last couple of weeks.
Absolutely, and I think what it is a lot of them are becoming comfortable with their role. We had a lot of first-year starters on the team, a lot of young kids on the team. They're just now getting into the swing of things at just the right time with districts.
Two receivers right, one left. Play action for Johnny. He's going to go up top again, and he's going to overthrow his man. The only one had a chance there was David Wilson, as Will Krzyzak and David Wilson were in a battle running downfield. And
yeah, I don't want to give Clark a ton of credit, but he's right. When you get young guys starting, and you got to start out with those two games, right? I mean, it can be intimidating, and they're, like you said, they're getting their feet under them now, and I think it's really starting to show.
Preston Slayton, the ball carrier from the left hash, straight ahead. He's going to have about a 4-yard gain inside the 25 to the 24-yard line before Austin Metcalf wraps him up, slings him down. Third down and 6 here for the Eagles. Gailey, play action. He's looking. Now he's going to throw over to the sideline. That one looked like it just slipped out of his hands, or maybe he hit a lineman or something.
Yeah.
That ball was nowhere close. Intended for McGuire Gasperson. That's one of those John, also one of the relief pitchers on the baseball team that made it to the state championship game, and that's like one of those that sails over the batter's head or something.
Yeah, I think he could have run for the first down right there too. I thought he had a ton of space out in front of him.
4th and 6, Argyle going for it. They still could have stepped up again. Instead, he tries to fire a fastball to McGuire Gasperson over the middle, and the sophomore Elyon White, knocks it down, and it's incomplete. And Argyle turns the football over on downs, and that's one that you thought maybe from the 24. Was that a 41-yard field goal? You thought maybe Argyle might give it a shot just to give Beckett Kimball some work.
Yeah, win behind him. Yeah. But he did. He overcooked that pass just a little bit. I mean, he put a lot on it. It'd be a hard catch to make, and a receiver that was pretty well covered too.
Best starting field position for Argyle, and they can't do anything with it. They make it to the 24, turn it over. Memorial's got it first and 10 at their own 24. Luke Lane is checked in at a cornerback spot, as well as Malik Bracey on the other side. Here's a handoff from the right hash. Going left this time is Brandon Tullis. And Max Bland falls on top of him after a 9-yard pickup. So the second Brandon Tullis run, he's got 2 carries for 18 yards. That's not bad, 9-yard average.
Yeah, and he needs to be QB needs to get rid of the ball. I mean, if they want any kind of chance.
Second down and a yard for Tullis. They're going to fake it to him this time, run the read option. McPherson's going to keep it. He's going to dive. He's hitting the backfield, but he does dive for the first down as he makes it to the 35. Xavier Sanchez comes up to make the stop. Brandon Tullis is a big kid. I don't think I've got his numbers, do I? Yep, 6 foot 205 is what he's listed. I think he's bigger than that. Actually, new quarterback's out there now. That's why he looks so small. This is number 12, Noah Giga? G-I-G-A. I have no idea. I didn't get pronunciations from anyone. We're going with Giga.
You're lucky to get the name.
I was this week. Brandon Tullis has got an Oregon State commit, by the way, is Brandon Tullis. Going to be a Beaver next season, and he gets 4 on first down. Logan Gregory wraps him up after that 4-yard gain.
A good year going, Oregon State so far.
Second down and 6 here for the Chargers. Maybe Giga. Giga? I don't know. Quarterback claps his hand. It's McPherson's back out there now. I can pronounce McPherson. Hand off to Tullis, going left this time. And he's got a couple of yards maybe. Laying down on the bottom of the pile there is Max Bland and Jack Teller to make the stop. Gain of a couple. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Chargers from their own 42.
Yeah, that's a big-time offer for him, Oregon State. You know, you get a P5 school like that, so the guy obviously can play.
3rd down and 4, clock running, 4:27 to play first quarter. Argyle leading 14-0, game 1 of the district slate. It's going to be Tullis getting the handoff on the read option. Took too long. Max Bland comes to the backfield and wraps him up. That's a big loss of 5. All the way back to the 30, let's call it the 38-yard line. We'll call it a loss of 4. Justice Jones, first one to hit him, as well as Max Bland. And it'll be 4th down, another punting situation for the Chargers. And Mitch, looks like Memorial had a little something going there. I don't think that read option, they just keep it in the belly too long. McPherson waits too long to make a decision.
Yeah, so it appears as though they're better between the tackles, right, than trying to go out wide. I mean, maybe they're trying to use his speed a little bit, get him into some open area, but they're just not getting it. And I'm not really sure that Argyle fears their passing game that much, right? So they can kind of load the box and say, let's see what you got.
Snap back, punt is away. Pretty good pressure there. It's going to hit about the 43-yard line and stop right there. I think it hit the back of one of the Warriors. A 19-yard punt, no return once again for Argyle. They'll set up shop 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line. Chick-fil-A on 407 in Flower Mound is Argyle's favorite Chick-fil-A. We're proud sponsors of the Argyle Eagles Booster Club. I can't wait to see you in the restaurant. Download the Chick-fil-A One app and make sure you select Chick-fil-A Justin Road as your favorite. Always hiring, too. If you need a great place to work or know someone that does, text Pickles to 56379. Tell them to come by and try that new honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich. Pass to Will Grudzielanek running across the middle. He's going to have a first down. Has to dive for it. He was tripped up by Elyon White after a gain of about 8, and he dives for 3 more. Pickup of 11 to the Memorial 46-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10.
Yeah, so John Gailey's done a great job of stepping up in the pocket and not really being bothered by the pressure. And that's big if he can really get that, get comfortable doing that.
Here's one that he didn't take his time, though. Just trying the quick hitter there, the quick slant to McGuire Gasperson. And he overthrows him just a little bit. Also good coverage there by Elyon White. I've called his name a lot tonight. Keep an eye on this kid the next couple of years for Memorial. He's just a sophomore. 2nd down and 10. Argyle from the Memorial 46. Play action from the right hash. Gailey going to throw it out to Gasperson. He goes up tall to catch it, and he's going to outrun Elyon all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, McGuire Gasperson. Elyon White tried to cut the route there and intercept that one. Couldn't come up with it. Well, there's a flag down at the 20.
I think there was contact in the middle of the field between a different receiver. I couldn't see the number.
Holding, defense number 17. The penalty is declined. Result of the play is a touchdown.
So that was away from the play, holding on David Wilson for Memorial. So a 46-yard touchdown pass. John Gailey to McGuire Gasperson. 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
Yeah, that was a great catch by Gasperson. He went up and high-pointed the ball, and then he just turned on the Jets and outran everybody.
Beckham Kimbrell out of the hold of Colton Rockmore. Holds down. And the attempt is good. 2:45 to play first quarter. Argyle dominating so far 21-0 on Argyle Eagle Booster Club Broadcasting.
What's the secret to scoring big in the real estate game? Put the ball in the hands of the winning realtor in Argyle, Lorena Moore with Monument Realty. Lorena knows all of the plays to find the perfect match for you, whether you're buying or selling. Real estate is about connections, and there's no better quarterback in Argyle than Lorena Moore. Find her at dfwmorehomes.com or look for her QR code around Eagle Stadium. Don't get stuck on the sidelines. Go with Lorena Moore with Monument Realty.
Updating your home is too important to do alone. The Design House of Denton has designers and experts on staff who want to help. Whether it's simply new flooring or having an entire wing of your home remodeled, the Design House has a full spectrum of services for any size idea you have. They care about you and your home both during and after your project. My wife and I know this from personal experience. Now it's time to see for yourself. Go see the friendly staff at their gorgeous showroom located just outside Golden Triangle Mall at 2303 Colorado Boulevard. The Design House of Denton, locally owned and proud members of Argyle Eagle Nation.
How long was the pass?
Beckham Kimbrell to kick off again. Low line drive this time. It's going to hit at the 10, and they're going to let it roll into the end zone. And thankful for Memorial, it did make it all the way into the end zone because both of the receivers had come up to about the 15-yard line and just let it go. But nevertheless, it will be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25-yard line. Another drive summary from Mitchy Poo.
Yeah, so this one's brought to us by Northern Texas Facial and Oral Surgery. 3 plays, 51 yards, only 29 seconds off the clock. And it was capped off with that 46-yard pass from Gailey to Gasperson.
Micah Roberts back in at the cornerback spot, as well as Colton Rockmore on the opposite side of the field from us. Ball right in the middle of the field at the 25-yard line. Memorial moving from left to right, handoff. New running back in there. That is Xavier Foster, I believe. I'll check and make sure it's number 10, Max Bland. And also getting up off the bottom of the pile, Hudson E. Materio. And actually the running back out there is Jacoby Williams, number 21. 4-yard pickup to the 29. It'd be second down and 6.
Yeah, they obviously have some talent on their team, right? It's not like in Argyle where you have talent all over the team. They just have 1 or 2 guys, and it's just not enough to do that much for them.
Jacoby Williams again. He'll be brought down from behind. John Hurt, first one in there to make the stop. Big number 94. A pickup of about 3 to the 31-yard line. Be third down and 4 for the Warriors. Tight end in there now for Memorial as well. Marion Nesbitt. They've only tried 1 pass so far, and they're not going to try one here. Handoff straight ahead. It's Williams again. Absolutely nowhere to go this time. Jack Teller maybe in there. Justice Jones. We'll trust Andy. Andy said Justice Jones. Actually, we'll trust Gina. She's the spotter. So Gina Smith.
I can see she's got the binoculars.
She's got the binocs out there going, doesn't she? And she doesn't. But you know what? She's a good one too. Matter of fact, every once in a while, Andy won't listen to her, and she'll look over at him and give him that side eye.
Wait a minute.
Say,
Wait. So you're saying that Andy sometimes does not listen to her? Never heard of
That's
such
a mistake.
thing.
4th down, and I don't know, we have a timeout? Not sure what we got. All the Argyle Eagles came to the sideline.
Well, the clock stopped, so it has to be.
So the play clock has not been working, by the way, the entire ball game. So
Clark's been down there saying, play clock, it's down to 0.
All right, let's see what
it's been on 0 the whole game.
Official needs a timeout, and they're coming over to talk to Coach Rodgers. I'm not sure what for exactly. Wait, I think I hear Judson Clark in the mic down there. Oh, no, that's kind of scary.
Clark, get in there with the microphone. Let's know what they're talking about.
Yeah, you do need to get down there, Clark, see if you figure out what's going on. Well, where's Clark? Clark, you at the nacho? You had nachos? What are you doing?
Nothing. Everybody keeps. I mean,
Nachos
we've got some Argyle Hall of Famers down here, man.
Yeah, but we got controversy. We got 3 referees, 2 coaches, and a long conversation.
Yeah, we're not sure. We're being silly, guys, by the way. We're not sure there's a real controversy. We're not sure exactly what the discussion is about down here on the Argyle sideline.
By the time Clark gets there, it'll be halftime. Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, we literally have no idea what's going on here, but might have something to do with the play clock not working and the.
Was he going to tell us?
Back judge, or
he's not going to tell us, is he?
You know, come on. The head referee's got to tell us, doesn't he? This is like when a pilot doesn't tell you why you're delayed and just sitting on the runway. And you got to tell me, you know, that you're delayed due to weather or something. Yeah, maybe last night that happened to me. That's Bernard Gray, if anybody wants to know who that is. It's not telling us.
I think he called himself Bernard.
Bernard?
Yeah.
Bernard Gray.
Didn't he, Blake? Didn't he call himself Bernard?
Well, looks like we're back to play.
The clock is still stopped.
It's 4th down. And they're winding the clock. It's running now. And Bollinger's punt is a high knuckleball. And Nate Bruce makes the fair catch call at the 42-yard line. 27-yard punt. 27-yard punt, no return. Nate Bruce tried to underhand flip it like a official does, right, where he puts a spiral on it, and just wasn't anywhere near. The official that wanted the ball standing right here, it missed him by 5 yards. So he wasn't but 7-8 yards away from him. Wasn't even close. So Argyle football at their own 42-yard line. Argyle been able to score touchdowns on 3 out of 4 possessions so far here in this first quarter. 1:05 to play first quarter. Here comes the counter play to the left side. Jake Kreckler, his first carry. He's got the football, and he's got a first down. Nice running by number 3, Jake Kreckler. He's going to have 10 yards on first down into Memorial territory to the 48-yard line. What's that on the field? Is that a shoe? Just a towel, I guess. 3rd down, 1st and 10. Play action. Gailey, he's going to go deep. He's hit as he throws, and it's out of bounds, incomplete, and there is a flag down back in the secondary.
Man, why would he call that?
There was some contact.
Okay, everybody was hand fighting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was kind of going both ways.
But we didn't talk about how patient.
Holding on the defense, number 17. It's a 10-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
Is that what he was doing? Yeah, about that first run, about how patient he was when he was looking for the blockers, right? He was waiting, and then he saw the hole and just turned on the jets to get through it. It was a great job.
Kreckler's got it running right. Oh, we got a missed block here, and Kreckler's going to lose a yard to the 39-yard line. Well, even the good ones sometimes, and we don't mind. We'll say it, even the good ones. Even his dad sitting right in front of me. I got to say it low. Weston Cheney might have missed a block there, and it happens.
Allegedly.
Even Clark McNulty missed a block or two, I bet, for the old Liberty Warriors back in the day.
I thought he was a quarterback.
2nd down and 11. Argyle going to have another free play. Offsides. Oh, and pass is complete to Ethan Fetters. What a great catch. Fetters had to end up holding it down around his shoe tops as his jersey was being.
Yeah, now that's one you might want to call the hold on,
that
right?
one
You could see it stretched out.
Let's see if Argyle wants to take the penalty and have.
Well, you'd have 2nd and 5.
Yard penalty remains first down.
Yeah, they'll take the penalty 5 yards.
Oh, yeah, first.
It was either a 7-yard gain or a 5-yard penalty. So you get the extra down. So Argyle takes the penalty instead at the 34-yard line. Memorial's had 15 yards of penalties on this drive alone. And well, are they going to start the clock? They are. That is the end of quarter number 1. And Argyle leading 21-7 after the first quarter. And we're going to keep it here and go to a little officials appreciation tonight. We'll go to our PA announcer, Andy Smith.
Sacrifice that our officials make to be part of tonight's game. The fact is, this game couldn't happen without the officials. And in a time when Texas is experiencing a shortage of officials, we want to express our thanks for tonight's crew. We appreciate everything that you do.
I agree. I second that.
Yep.
Now let's meet tonight's officials.
Eric Horton, Denton, Texas, umpire.
Andre Dixon, Fort Worth, Texas, field judge.
David Simak, Fort Worth, Texas, side judge.
Tracy Williams, Grapevine, Texas, line judge. Jason Imola, Alito, Texas, back judge.
Wiley Payne, Temple, Texas, head line judge.
Bernard Gray, Fort Worth, Texas, referee.
How about a big hand for these officials tonight? If you are...
Memorial's had a few more calls on them. They don't seem to be applauding quite as loudly.
They're all sitting down.
Hey, by the way, if you're interested in stepping up and giving back to our student athletes, we encourage you to join the Texas Association of Sports Officials. TASO members are dedicated to making Texas middle school and high school athletics the very best. If you've never officiated before, don't worry. TASO will provide the training you need, so make your first great call by contacting TSO today at www.taso.org. And by the way, it's also a good way to make a little money, especially if you're a college kid or
I can
maybe just out of college trying to make a little extra cash.
I can counsel them on that. I did it for 20-something years.
Second down and 6, handoff, Argyle. It's Flaten back in the ball game. He's got some running room on the right side. He's inside the 20 to the 25, all the way inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. A 20-yard gain for Preston Flaten. Cullen's son makes a stop, loses his hat, and has to go off the field. Argyle first down all the way down to the 14-yard line of Memorial. Quick snap to Gailey. It's Flaten running left this time, bounces it outside again. He's going to have about 8 this time, down to about the 12-yard line before Doug McLeod, sophomore, can bring him down. We'll call it a pickup of 7 to the 7. I said the 12, sorry. Going to be second down and about 2.5 here for Argyle. I got to get my binoculars when they get down that end.
Yeah.
Can't see like I once could. Oh, that's not good. Man in the backfield, that's Austin Metcalf making the stop back at the 10-yard line. As soon as Preston Flaten got the handoff, he was hammered by Metcalf. And Argyle had a second down at about 2.5. Now it's going to be third down and 6. 2 tight ends in the ball game for Argyle. Slaton's got it this time running right. Nope, play action. Throws toward the end zone looking for the tight end, McFall. A nice job defensively there for Memorial. As Mitch, I'm going to give a little credit there, is most teams don't cover that tight end like that.
Right.
Especially this early in the game. The first time. They may catch it the second time. I didn't catch who that was. I want to catch it now. I want to give credit where credit's due. If it was,
and it was a great fake too. I mean, I was like you. I thought he'd handed the ball off.
I believe it was 26 Trent Engel on the coverage, and Argyle will attempt the field goal here. Ball will be spotted at the 17. It's inside the left hash, out of the hold of Colton Rockmore. It's a 27-yard attempt by Beckham Kimbrell. Kick is on the way, and it is no good. Just a little wide right on that kick for Kimbrell, and no good. So with 10:53 to play in our second quarter, it remains Argyle 21 and Frisco Memorial nothing. When you want Argyle spirit wear, go to the team with the biggest and best selection. Go to the OG, Connie Johnson and the crew at A-Town Apparel, the official spirit wear provider for Argyle Athletics. If you're a true Argyle fan, shop with A-Town Apparel, knowing your money is not only supporting a local business, but also supporting Argyle ISD. If you can't find it here at the game, talk to the A-Town gang or check online, atownaparel.com. Memorial first and 10 from their own 20-yard line. They have not been able to move the football hardly at all. A couple of 9-yard runs for Brandon Tullis. That's been about it. It's going to be Tullis. Nope, play action to Tullis. McPherson. Oh, he's got a man wide open slant. Yeah. Unfortunately, he had to go down low to catch it. I believe that was Drake Grimes. It is number 6, junior wide receiver. He makes the catch all the way out to the 36-yard line, a 16-yard gain on first down.
Yeah, unfortunate for them that he did have to go to the ground because he was wide open.
And it is going to be Brandon Tullis this time carrying the ball. He's breaking some tackles, now dragging a couple of tacklers across the 40. And he's out to the 44-yard line as Brandon Tullis, a pickup of 8. That's 24 yards for the Memorial offense on the last 2 plays. They had 24 yards of offense total before these 2 plays.
Yeah, and look at it. This is the shortest conversion needed for a first down right now. What is it, 4 yards, 3 yards?
Second down and a long 2 here for Memorial. McPherson's just going to
why?
Just chunk it down the right sideline. And that never had a chance. Drake Grimes was the intended receiver. Good coverage over there.
Chunking it around the yard.
Luke Lane on the coverage, but it didn't really matter. The real coverage, I guess, was the end zone.
Yeah, I guess because they think they can pick it up on the third and really short right here. But, man, I think if I'm them, I get the first down, and then I start thinking about other plays. But what do I know?
Third down and 2. Memorial going from right to left here in this second quarter. It's a handoff. Nope, it's going to be McPherson on the read option. He's going to keep it. Justice Jones makes a stop, but a 2-yard gain, 2.5-yard gain, just enough for a first down for McPherson.
Yeah, so they do some unorthodox stuff. I mean, I put the ball in the hands of my best player right there. But.
Well, and I don't know, Brandon Tullis is who you're talking about. I'm not sure if he's injured because he didn't play at all a week ago against Texarkana Pleasant Grove. And he hasn't been out there a ton tonight. Here's a handoff, and he's not out there now. This is Jacoby Williams for a pickup of 2 to the 49-yard line.
He's back in.
And now they're both out there. So Jacoby Williams will stay out there as well. Yeah, you can tell he's just substantially bigger.
He's big, yeah. Does it have his measurables up there?
Well, it says on Max Preps it said 6 foot 205, but that's, take that for what it's worth. Let me see if I can.
He looks taller than 6 foot, with the 205 probably.
You got to look at the X. Or
here we go. Look,
Twitter or
both
whatever.
of them.
Split backs, and Tullis will go in motion. They're going to hand it off to Jacoby Williams straight ahead. Hudson E. Material makes the stop, but not after a pickup of about 6 into Argyle territory at the 45-yard line. First time in Argyle territory tonight for the Warriors. It's going to be third down and 2.
Yeah, he kind of looked like the Flintstones right there, right? His feet were going super fast when he got the ball, and he just, ran off 7 yards.
Third down and 2. Split backs on either side of the quarterback who's in shotgun. Slot man comes in motion from right to left. Quick pass out to the right to Jacoby Williams is incomplete as Hudson E. Material was in the face of Demarion McPherson. And Mitch, that's one of those plays that might work really well if you can get some protection up front.
Yes.
But the offensive line has not shown they can protect from Memorial.
Right, and I don't know if they chipped Hudson there or not, but the play was going to work. QB just needed a half second longer, or maybe he rushed his throw. I'm not really sure, but it should have worked. The receiver was there.
Going forward on 4th and 2 are the Warriors. Split backs. It's going to be Jacoby Williams straight ahead, and he's going to have just enough for the first down. Making the tackle was John Hurt for Argyle. He only needed 2, and he's got just that. And that'll be a first down for the Warriors at the Argyle 43-yard line. Now, on his own Twitter, or X, whatever you call it now, he's listed himself at 6'3", 210.
Wow, okay.
Play 9 of the drive. This time read option, and McPherson's going to keep it, go to the right, run into Hudson E. Material after only a gain of a yard to the 42-yard line. 5th tackle for Hudson E. Material. I'm going to go down to Clark. I got a question. Hey, Clark, is Hudson E. Material maybe the most violent player on the field?
Well, he finishes strong, and when he takes you to the ground, you're to the ground.
Second down and 9. McPherson's going to throw deep on the left side. Another one that he just sends down the field as deep as he could, almost like a Hail Mary, intended for T.J. Osborne, well overthrown. Malik Bracey on the coverage for Argyle, and it'll be third down and 9.
Yeah, it was closer to the track than it was the receiver. He's just kind of taking that snap and heaving it down the field.
This is play 12 of the drive for Memorial. They'd only run 14 plays total prior to this drive. Third down and 9 from the Argyle 42-yard line. Low snap. McPherson's got it, though, wanted to run. Then he saw the hole close, so he's going to take off out to the right side. He's got some room out there. He's inside the 40, and then right at the numbers, he's going to be shut down there for Argyle. Several Argyle Eagles over there. Hudson E. Material, Bud Petter, who will be our player spotlight.
Ooh, that's a generous spot. Wow.
Gives him the spot all the way to the 37-yard line. So a 5-yard gain on that play, and it's going to be 4th down and 4 for the Warriors.
Okay, so you're the Warriors, what are you calling here?
I'm giving it to Tola straight ahead.
Yeah, I am too.
I mean, nobody else on the field is committed to Oregon State. Give it to him. Let's see what he's got, right? And nope, play action to him, and under pressure now is McPherson, and now he's running for his life. Rolling left, and now he's going to be hit hard. Runs right into Bud Petter, right at the line of scrimmage. No gain for McPherson. And yes, like I said, there's a flag on the other side of the field, as I believe maybe Luke Lane and somebody were getting into it. Or we had linemen downfield is what the great Blake Jones is telling me in my ear. He's not just a producer, he's also a spotter, and he's the best in the business.
Yeah, he is.
But he never threw, so so it couldn't be a lineman downfield. But Blake was saying he couldn't have thrown the football, or if he had, it would have been a penalty.
Right.
With all the linemen downfield.
Yeah, and again, what do you do on the fourth down right there? And they run some kind of play that's going to take 2 or 3 seconds just to unfold and then throw it out to somebody else. I just don't get their play calling. I mean,
well, and they did change head coaches, but they didn't change offensive coordinators. And so Ron Grace, the offensive coordinator, knows what he has in Brandon Tullis. He called all the plays for him last year. Let's see what the call is here from our referee, Bernard Gray.
There is no foul for unnecessary roughness. The result of the play is a turnover on downs, first down, Argyle.
Well, there you go. 6:38 to play, second quarter. Argyle leading 21-0.
Well, he said unnecessary roughness, so you said a couple of them got into it over there. It's one of those deals where a guy blocks you right behind the play, and you carry it a little bit far, and you throw him to the ground or something. And
Chanson Bowen in at center for Argyle. And there's going to be a read option, and John Gailey's going to hang on to it and run out to that. Oh, I was about to say go down, John, and then he ends up getting away from the tackler and gets a first down all the way down to the 45-yard line. What a great run by the senior, number 12. He was bottled up by 3 Memorial Warriors after only about a 2-yard gain. Ends up picking up 18 all the way to the Warrior 45-yard line.
Yeah, and I think everybody on the Warriors was waiting for that whistle, and it never came.
Play action. Gailey looking left. He's throwing. Oh, it's incomplete. Was behind his intended receiver. Jackson Green had checked into the game, and he was wide open. John Gailey just a little off the mark on that one. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I want that to be John Gailey's last running play of the game, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't need to do that at 21-0.
2nd down 10. Ball on the right hash. Play action to Jake Kreckler. Gailey's going to throw across the middle. It's complete. Will Grudzielanek spins around, and he gets slung down. Picks up about 3 or 4 more after the catch. Another 18-yard gain to the 27 of Memorial.
That's a super hard catch, right? He's cutting across the field, and he has to reach back behind him below his waist and still catch it, right? Maybe the hardest place to catch one.
And good coverage by David Wilson. Oh, and Argyle thought they had another free play, but it's blown dead. There must have been some contact. Will Grudzielanek tries to go up and make a circus catch anyway in the end zone, just for practice.
Yeah, just having fun, right?
Whistle had blown
Offside with contact. Defense number 33 is a 5-yard penalty. It remains first down.
So with contact, if they contact the offensive line, is that what they're talking about?
Yeah, it means it plays dead once there's contact. That's why. So if you ever get drawn offside like that, just go ahead and reach out and hit somebody. It's probably your best option. Keep from giving that free play.
I'm going to remember that if they can get me offsides.
1st and 5 now for Argyle. Gailey, play action again. He's going to hold it again. He's going to on that read option, running right this time, and nothing to it. Matter of fact, he's going to lose a yard. Doug McLeod, outside linebacker, number 22, makes the stop for Memorial. Be 2nd down and 6 now. Gailey, 57 yards rushing so far, 2 touchdowns. Preston Slayton to the left of him is the running back. It's going to be Slayton this time. Goes inside, now cuts it back to his left. Going to get into the secondary inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line. That's going to leave him just shy of a first down. So a pickup of 5 that time for Slayton. Now second tight end comes in, Braden Bach. Big number 89 checks in the ball game.
Yeah, and a great job of kicking it out. There was nothing in the middle. Bounced it to the outside and ended up picking up, 6 yards on it?
3rd and 1. 0 for 3 is Argyle on 3rd downs. They got this one, though. Slayton straight ahead, bounces off a tackler at the 10, walks into the end zone for the Argyle touchdown. 18-yard touchdown run for number 19, Preston Slayton. All aboard. 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
Yeah, great job. I mean, he got a lot of help up front with a big hole, and then when he got to the second level, I think the two defenders maybe knocked themselves off of him right there.
Beckham Kimbrell in for the PAT out of the hold of Colton Rockmore. Well, actually, we got Jackson Green attempting the PAT, and it's good. 4:59 to play in the second quarter. It's now Argyle 28, Memorial nothing on AEBC Broadcasting.
Hello, fellow Eagles fans. This is Pastor Jen at Argyle United Methodist Church. If you're looking for a church family, I want to invite you to join us for church on Sunday at 9 a.m. for our traditional service or at 11 a.m. for our modern service. We also have small groups for the entire family, all ages, at 10 a.m. We'd love to see you there.
The real estate station, owned by longtime Argyle residents Dave and Kathy Salisbury, has been around since 1986 and was the first real estate office to be established in Argyle. The real estate station provides full office support, in-house marketing, and an experienced sales team consisting of agents who live in and know the Argyle area. Whether you are buying, selling, or leasing, they are ready to serve you. Supporting Argyle ISD for over 15 years, they are proud to be a district-level Eagle partner again this year. And they were chosen to be Argyle ISD's real estate advisors. The real estate station, they are your hometown real estate experts.
Oh, yeah. Back at Eagle Stadium in Argyle. Beckham Kimbrell will kick off. First district game of the season. Argyle looking to go 1-0 in district, try to even up their season record at 2-2. Leading 28-0 right now. Kimbrell, low line drive kick. It's going to hit at about the 13. Oh, and Trey Coleman touches it. He goes back to the 1 to pick it up. Now he's going to run it out. And he's going to get out. Oh, he's hammered as he crosses the 20. And on the stop there was Colton Rockmore, the first one. McCade Manning also comes out there to clean it up. And Memorial will have it first and 10 at their own 21-yard line. But how about a drive summary,
How
Mitchy
about
Pooh?
it? How about it? Brought to us by Argyle United Methodist Church, my church.
And my church.
Yep.
And Clark's church.
And, yeah.
So everybody, Blake, when are you going to come to Argyle United Methodist Church?
He's got to move over here, right? So that drive, 6 plays, 63 yards, a minute 39. So there were 3 plays of 18-plus yards for Argyle. Of course, it was finished off by the 18-yard TD by Slayton on there.
McPherson back at a quarterback, hands it off to Brandon Tullis.
Whoa.
Tullis has got room on the right side, and he's finally going to be drugged down from behind, but not until he picks up 16 yards. Longest run of the night for Memorial to the 35-yard line. This is a 14-yard run. Sorry about that. My math is not near as good. By the way, every time y'all hear me say how far something goes, I got to give Blake credit. He's telling me now not to give him credit. Y'all don't have no idea what this man does in my ear. Oh, what a great pass. This one's complete. And running free for the Memorial touchdown, a 65-yard touchdown pass. That was complete to number 6, Drake Grimes from Demarion McPherson, and the Memorial Warriors are on the board.
Yeah, and he dropped that one in the bucket, right? That was perfect pass. He had just one step over there, and the ball hit him right in the hands, and he never even had to break stride. That was a great throw and catch for them.
All right, let's see who's kicking out here. That doesn't look like, yeah, it is. That's who I thought it was. 48 is the kicker, Mateo Gentile. Oh, and his kick's blocked. Max Bland blocks the PAT. So it is no good. 4:22 to play in the second quarter. Argyle lead is cut to 28-6 on Argyle Eagle Booster Club Broadcasting.
For exceptional lawn care, call Evergreen Lawn and Landscape. We're a family-owned business serving Argyle for more than 30 years. Our services include lawn maintenance, fertilization, sod installation, and landscaping. Our service techs and support staff are fully trained and work hard to make your lawn the best it can be. Contact them today at evergreenlls.com. That's Evergreen Lawn and Landscaping at evergreenlls.com. Let us love your lawn as much as you do at evergreenlls.com.
Hey, this is George Dunham reminding you to check out the Eagles Nest podcast every Thursday to get you ready for Argyle football's next game, with segments like the Scouting Report on Argyle's next opponent, the Player Spotlight, the Weekly Flyover with Coach Rodgers, highlights from last week's action, and the Argyle ISD Eagle Update. Blake Jones and his crew promise to inform and entertain you on everything Argyle Eagles. Check them out and subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.
Blake Bollinger to kick off. Short kickoff. Jackson Green's going to field it at the 20. On the far left side, he comes straight back up the middle, breaks a tackle at the 35. He's out across the 40. Great field position on the return by Jackson Green out to the 43-yard line. That's where Argyle will set up shop, 1st and 10. And how about a Memorial Drive summary, Mitchy Poo?
All right. 2 plays, 79 yards, 37 seconds. The final play was a 65-yard TD throw and catch.
DeMarion McPherson to Drake Grimes. Well, I can start. First down and 10. Argyle. Gailey, lots of time. He's going to throw. Oh, and he's tripped up. Yeah, got to be a flag there. Elyon White was beat, and he just dives at the feet of McGuire Gasperson and tackles him about, 3 or 4 seconds before the ball arrived, as that would have been an
Pass
easy
interference,
touchdown.
defense number 23,
Yeah,
15-yard penalty,
They were
automatic
the
first
only
down.
2 people in the middle of the field, right? So
Yeah.
everybody here could see him. There's nobody even around him.
Yeah, you couldn't hide that penalty for sure.
No.
So 15-yard penalty gives Argyle 1st and 10 at the Memorial 42-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 left, ball on the left hash. McFall lined up behind his left tackle. The tight end, play action for Gailey. He's going to throw. He's got a man that's come back for it at the 35. That's complete to Grudzielanek. Will to the 33-yard line. Chase Coleman makes the stop after a 9-yard gain. Going to be 2nd down and a yard.
Yeah, nice throw on the out, right? He had a long throw, but got it right to him.
From the right hash, handoff. New running back out there for Argyle. Is that Bagley maybe? But Bagley's going to lose a couple of yards back to the 35-yard line. His first carry ever as a varsity Argyle Eagle went for a touchdown last week against Montgomery. This one goes for a 2-yard loss, and so it's 3rd down and 3 here for the Eagles. Hunter Bartram's in at one of the guard positions for Argyle.
Good grief.
Well, there must have been contact. I thought we had another free play. Actually, Hunter Bartram is in at left tackle. What? I'm a little confused. I got to check out the lineman here. What's going on?
Offside, defense number 34 with contact. 5-yard penalty. The result is a 1st down.
Okay, Carter Wilson moves to left guard.
Tyler Roberts is left tackle.
Roberts is still at left tackle, so that Hunter Bartram is in at center now. And here's a deep ball. John Gailey to the far left corner of the end zone. Just overthrows his man a little too much down there. I believe that was Will Hodson, who was the intended receiver, and it is incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10, ball at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, just had a little bit too much on it. Really wasn't even open. It was going to have to be a really, really good pass for that to do anything.
Braden Bach is checked back in. Argyle with 2 tight ends. It's going to be a handoff to Bagley. There's a man in the backfield. Going to bring him down. It's Austin Metcalf again, number 25, the linebacker, right at, I think there's a flag. And we'll wait on the call here. It's right at the line of scrimmage. There was no gain that time for Bagley.
Yeah, so when you get up 28-6 in the 2nd quarter, I mean, Argyle, you don't have to show everything, right? Because you got a lot of district games left, but you can try some different stuff. Try other people at different positions, and I think that's probably what they're doing. They've changed quarterbacks now. Gasperson,
Yes, Gasperson going to be at quarterback.
Does he throw it with both gloves on?
Well, we're waiting on this call from the official until he starts talking to us. How about some, who's bringing us our 2nd quarter, Mitch?
All right, let's do it. Ty and Jennifer Holmeyer at the Design House. Cycle Center of dinner. I'm
hungry.
not hungry, I promise. Of Denton, glass and mirror specialist Wes and Lisa Spencer, Waxahachie Autoplex. Daryl Hawk, Chris Martin, and Gus and Michelle Sanchez of Post Oak Realty.
Here's the call.
Illegal substitution on the offense, 12 players on the field. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a 3rd down.
Okay.
All right.
So just a no gain by Bagley on that one. So we'll get the rest of these sponsors for you here in just a moment. We mentioned McGuire Gasperson in the quarterback now. Snaps back to him. He's going to run the read option. Right side. Oh, he's got blocking out front. Hunter McFall blocking for him. He's inside the 15. And Gasperson brings a different dynamic out there. An 18-yard pickup from McGuire.
Should have taken the penalty.
Down to the 12-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Gasperson still in there. Snaps back to him. He's going to keep it again on this read option. Cuts it inside at the 10. Drags a tackler down to the 5.
Yeah, so kind of a wildcat when he gets in there, right?
Yeah, more like a wildcat. Although I will tell you, Gasperson he can sling it around a little bit if he needs to.
Does he take the glove off?
That I don't know. Bagley to his left this time. 1st and goal, or 2nd down and 3, but it's going to be Bagley straight ahead. Leaps over a man, then walks into the end zone for the Argyle touchdown. The sophomore, Chase Bagley, 5-yard touchdown run. All aboard. 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
Yeah, those big guys up front did a great job right there. He had a huge hole to get through, and they were really manhandling that D-line right there and just opened it wide open for him.
Jackson Green to attempt the extra point once again. Snaps good, holds good, extra point is good. 2:23 to play in our 2nd quarter. Argyle leading 35-6. We'll take this time out. Let you hear from one of our sponsors, 308 Construction.
Introducing 308 Construction and Solutions Group. From brand new projects to intricate remodels, we've got you covered. No need to call multiple contractors. With in-house electrical and plumbing teams, we simplify your journey. Proudly based right here in Argyle, Texas, we're not just builders, we're your neighbors and community members. Let the team at 308 Construction be your first call for every construction, electrical, and plumbing need. 308 Construction and Solutions Group, building the heart of the DFW, one project at a time.
407 Barbecue is a proud supporter of the Argyle Eagles. Named the very best barbecue in all of DFW several times over, 407 Barbecue offers an array of award-winning smoked meats, including mouth-watering brisket and ribs. No plate is complete without one of their world-famous sides and a bowl of Grandma's banana pudding. Family owned and operated by your neighbors right here in Argyle. See their menu and catering options online at 407bbq.com or see for yourself at I-35W exit 407. 407 Barbecue.
Trey Coleman on the return out to the 26-yard line from Memorial. They'll have it 1st and 10 right there with 2:18 to play in our 2nd quarter. Another drive summary from Mitchy Poo.
Yep, Evergreen Lawn and Landscape. 7 plays, 57 yards, a minute 59 with a spark there at the end from Gasperson playing quarterback. He had 2 carries on that drive for 25 yards.
Capped off with a 5-yard touchdown run by Chase Bagley. 1st and 10 for the Warriors, moving from right to left. Trey Coleman comes in motion, now goes back, and 2 men went to move into the same time.
Offense number 55, 5-yard penalty, remains 1st down.
7th penalty of the game, Diego Valero, the center, moved a little too early.
Oh, he's got a bunch of gas stations. I've seen him, Valero.
He also is a sponsor of the golf tournament down in
He is San Antonio.
He must have some money if he's sponsoring an entire golf tournament.
Yeah, that's why he lives in Frisco.
1st down and 15 now for the Warriors. Play action. McPherson wanting to throw, being pressured by Jack Teller. He's just going to throw it out of bounds on the right side. Colton Rockmore makes a big snag over there, but no, that's not Rockmore. That's Luke Lane, who makes the great catch, but he was about 7 yards out of bounds.
Yeah, but still good.
So it'll be 2nd down and 15. We'll continue some of those 2nd quarter sponsors. I want to say thanks to Marge Bunn at the Snooty Pig.
Saw her this morning.
Yeah, we did. Point
Clark
Bank.
didn't.
No, Clark didn't show up this morning. Hey, Clark, we're going to talk to Clark after this play. We'll find out why
he's
he
not.
didn't come eat breakfast
He's not
with
fully
us.
vested in this position.
McPherson passes complete to Drake Grimes. Luke Lane comes up and makes the tackle. That's going to be about a 8-yard gain to the 29-yard line. Leave 3rd down and 7. Hey, Clark, where were you this morning?
Freaking, you know, some of us have real jobs that require us to be at work by 7. Not, you know, at breakfast at the Snooty at 7:47-ish. Give or take 48 seconds.
That's right.
Are you buying that, Kenny?
I'm not buying that. He was sleeping. McPherson back to throw, now rolling to his left, looking for something. He's in all sorts of trouble, but able to break out of it. One tackle, but can't get away from Hudson E. Materio. Gets almost back to the line of scrimmage, might have lost a yard. 7th tackle of the game for big number 15, the senior for Argyle, 6'3", 215-pound senior, and it's 4th down for the Warriors. Clock running with 1:42 to play. Now the clock has, what's wrong with the clock?
The play clock's 0.
No, but I'm talking about the game clock. It's going at like 4-second intervals. It's really weird.
It's that new kind.
We'll finish the second quarter sponsor. Argyle calls timeout, wanting the ball one more time.
Blake doesn't like our conversation.
Here's Brian and Shelley Stone, thanks to those guys with shout-out promotions. Dr. David Dyer with Argyle Orthodontics. Joe Bartram with NXT Mortgage, powered by U Mortgage. Shelby Black down the road here at Salon 377. She does a great job with my wife's hair. Sonic of Argyle. Kelly Massey of Grit Productions. Fairway Independent Mortgage. And the sponsor of our upcoming halftime show, Brian McClarty, and all the gang over at 407 Barbecue. Speaking of that 407 Barbecue halftime show, we're going to have our player spotlight with senior linebacker Bud Petter. The Argyle ISD Eagle update with Laura Trubenbach. Stats and sounds from the first half and the Rapid Med keys to the second half. And I can find you a few scores from around the Metroplex.
I'd love to have the halftime scoreboard.
I'll give you. I got to check the Hardin Simmons score, don't I, as well?
Yeah, because it's probably 9 o'clock at night there.
Yeah, they're playing out at Endicott College in Massachusetts. Some people are listening around and said, why did we care about Hardin? My daughter goes to Hardin Simmons. That's the only reason. She's a cheerleader for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
4th down, Memorial going to punt it away again. Fourth 3 and out for the Warriors. Good punt, though, this time. It's going to go over the head of Nate Bruce. Hit it to 35. Take a Warrior roll down inside the 30. And that's where Argyle will have it. A 41-yard punt. The best before that was a 27-yard punt. This one 41. No return by Nate Bruce and the Argyle Eagles. And Argyle has it 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line with 1:24 to play here in our second quarter. Trust your smile to the practice that cares with Dr. Susan Randall and all the great staff at Argyle Dental Associates, located in the heart of Argyle at 136 Old Town Boulevard North. Dr. Randall's been practicing in Argyle for over 20 years. Expect the comfort you deserve and care you can trust at Argyle Dental Associates. Get more info at SusanRandallDDS.com. 1st and 10 from the 30. Gailey dumps the ball out to Preston Slayton on the left side. Nowhere to go there.
No, it was
going to be
bottled
wrapped up. Loss of a yard.
Yeah, I think he's trying to cut it back and just couldn't do it.
Shout out to Aaron Inman up in Maine or New Hampshire or somewhere up there in New England. John Gailey under some pressure now, and he gets out of it, rolling to his left. Now he's just going to throw it deep and out of bounds. Nice job by John Gailey. Probably should have been sacked. Able to get away from it. We've got a new offensive lineman out there. Micah Gassaway is out there at right tackle.
Hey, are the Rangers playing Seattle tonight?
They are. Uh-oh. My wife said don't worry about checking on Hardin Simmons. That's not good.
No.
Means the number 4 team in the country might be going down. 3rd down and 11. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Argyle football on the left hash. Here's the 3rd and 11 play. Gailey slings it, and that ball is intercepted. Oh, there's no flag that time. Elyon White's got it. He's taking it back. He's inside the 15 to the 11, and that should have been an interference call as he was shoved in the back as that ball was released. 31-yard return on that interception by Elyon White. Gailey's first interception of the year, and great field position here for Memorial at the Argyle 11-yard line with 43 seconds to play before the half.
Yeah, Grudzielak's down there telling the coaches motion how he got pushed off.
Yeah, it happened several seconds before the ball got there. definitely should have been a call on that one. But they've called a couple tonight that were like, you could let that one go. That's probably one that should have been called.
Yeah.
Definitely the best starting field position here for the Warriors. First down and 10 from the Argyle 11.
For anybody.
Split backs on either side of McPherson. Coleman goes in motion, and a handoff. Nope, McPherson's going to keep it and not have anywhere to go. Hudson Material in the backfield. Drags him down, maybe a gain of a yard to the 10. And that's going to be it. 8th tackle for Material, and a timeout quickly called by Jeff Jackson, head coach of Frisco Memorial. And it'll be 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, Hudson with a career night so far, right? With all those tackles.
Fired up as he's coming off the field, too. So 2nd down and 9 is what we'll have here. 35-6, Argyle leading.
Yeah, Argyle taking care of business out there. This would be a good opportunity to see what they really got, right? And just prove to themselves that they can stop them down here, because they've controlled the line of scrimmage all night. They've really shut down Frisco Memorial in just about every series, and so right now it'll be a really good test to see if they can, they can bow up and stop them right here. 10 yards out.
It's going to be 2nd down and 9 as we resume play. 2 receivers left. Ball right in the middle of the field for the Warriors. Split backs on either side of McPherson. From the shotgun, it's going to be Jacoby Williams getting the call. He's running right. He's going to be slung down by guess who? Tackle number 9 for Hudson Material. And another timeout for Memorial.
But again, they want to run east-west.
2nd tackle for loss by Hudson Material. And this is a loss of 5 back to the 15-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 14.
Yeah, Argyle doing a great job of stringing that out, pushing it all the way to the sideline if they have to. But Hudson Material coming up right there, making a big tackle, just a solo tackle on a running back that's got some pretty good moves and hard runner.
And I'm with you. It seems like when Brandon Tolis has run the ball straight ahead, there's been some success.
Yeah, like you said, maybe he's nicked. Maybe they don't want him.
Maybe he's on a pitch count.
Yeah, that big a workload, I'm not really sure.
So 3rd down and 14, ball at the 15-yard line for Memorial. 2 receivers to either side for the Warriors. Ball on the right hash. McPherson straight drop. He's just going to throw it toward the end zone. He's got a man over there, and he can't come up with it. That was Brandon Tullis out of the backfield, and he's a little slow to get up after there after he jumped up after that when Hudson Material was on the coverage.
Yeah, guy's feelings hurt.
Yeah, Tullis.
I don't know.
A little slow to get up. We've been talking about him, how he did not play a week ago, so he might actually be a little nicked up.
He's going the wrong way. Yeah.
19 seconds left to play here in the 2nd quarter. He's got a little limp to him here as he walks back down toward the sideline. They could get back to resuming play here as it's 4th down as he is over on the track now.
And it's tough. You're a guy like him's got a really good offer, right? And I guess he's committed. He probably hasn't signed on the dotted line yet, but you're playing for a team that's not doing well. I guess it's hard to get up, right, and play every game.
1 for 2 on 4th down as Memorial. They got 4th and 14 here from the 15-yard line. Jacoby Williams now the running back. McPherson, though, straight drop. He's under a lot of pressure. He's being chased. He's throwing toward the end zone. It's caught. Incomplete. He was out of bounds. Great catch there by, looks like number 3, Trey Coleman. But he is out of bounds. Turns over on downs with 11 seconds to play. Great pressure there from Jack Teller for Argyle. And Argyle probably just maybe run the football a time or two. Aaron texted me and said, love you, man. I'm in New Hampshire. Kira's in Maine. Isn't it all kind of the same once you get up there? It's all green and pretty.
It is. And fixing to be cold.
And cold. I asked Mom Inman this morning. It's Renee, by the way.
Yep.
I asked her when they actually had their first home softball game. As Kira Inman, former Argyle Lady Eagle great, as John Gailey takes a knee. Former Argyle Lady Eagle great, went to the University of Maine. I said, when's their first home softball game? She's like, I think it's in late April, maybe May even. as they play a bunch of road games early on. It's the only thing they can do. So that is halftime. It's been pretty much all Argyle. A couple of bright spots, I guess, if you're a Memorial Warriors fan, but mostly all Argyle. Let's head down to the field, and Clark has head coach Todd Rodgers.
All right, looks like you're clicking on all cylinders offensively. Got the running game and passing game going. How do you feel about it?
Well, we need to still clean some things up. We're not polished in some areas, and this is things we worked on this week, and so we've got plenty to do, plenty of things to talk about in the locker room. We have a goal to take our team a little bit better every week, and we're still struggling to find that goal.
In the big defensive stop at the end following a turnover, giving the ball to them in the red zone and still able to come up with it.
Oh, absolutely. I'm very pleased about that. Our team unity and our team performances, all those things are good, and we're just trying to coach them to be perfect.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, that is Argyle head coach Todd Rodgers. This halftime visit with Coach Rodgers brought to you by Rustico in 1845 Taste Texas, giving you a taste of what it will be like in the Argyle locker room at the half. Rustico at 1845 Taste Texas. Food as good as an Argyle victory, located in Flower Mound. It is time for the 407 Barbecue Halftime Show. We'll have a player spotlight with senior linebacker Bud Petter. That's always a good time when Blake interviews our senior spotlight player, the Argyle ISD Eagle Update with Laura Trubenbach. Stats and sounds from the first half and the Rapid Med Urgent Care keys to the second half, all coming up on our 407 Barbecue Halftime Show in just a moment. It's 35-6. Argyle leading Frisco Memorial at the half. Back with the 407 Barbecue Halftime Show next on AEBC Broadcasting.
CR Plumbing is a small family-owned business operated by Clayton and Hannah Robinson. Hannah grew up in Argyle, and no one knows these stomping grounds like she does. CR Plumbing prides ourselves on taking care of our customers, employees, and serving our community. We offer an array of plumbing services, including water filtration systems, leak detection and repairs, water heater tankless conversions, and platinum memberships. Visit our website for any plumbing needs at crplumbingdfw.com. We are CR Plumbing, your local plumber you can trust.
I want something light and modern.
But also cozy, with an open concept kitchen.
And a wine fridge.
How about an outdoor living space?
With a fireplace. And a spa bathroom for us.
And one for Charlie.
At Dries Custom Homes, we've been listening to our customers for 95 years to make sure every home is built on a foundation of you. Customize a floor plan or get into a new build right away. Get started at drieshomes.com. Dries Custom Homes. We like your style.
This is the 407 Barbecue Halftime Show as Argyle leads Frisco Memorial 35-6 here in the first district game of the season for Argyle. Great start as Argyle drops the first two games of the year. However, those don't matter for playoff seeding. The real season begins now, and it's a great start for the Eagles here in district play as they lead Frisco Memorial at the half, 35-6. Coming up in the 407 Barbecue Halftime Show, we've got the Argyle ISD Eagle Update. We'll have some stats and sounds from the first half. But right now, let's get to our Player Spotlight segment of the week as we caught up with senior linebacker Bud Petter this week, and he is our Player Spotlight guest. Rapid Med Urgent Care brings us this week's Player Spotlight, and we are seated this week with senior linebacker Bud Petter. Hey, Bud, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How's school?
It's going good.
Do you have any college plans?
I plan to go to OSU and just study business there.
Okay.
So.
You're going to hang football up?
Yes.
Okay. What are you going to major in?
Something in finance, like my brother and my dad did.
Okay. I didn't know if there's anything like specific that you're looking to get into. Just kind of keep it broad and see where it takes you. When growing up, did you have like a dream job? Like, did you want to be an astronaut or something? Firefighter?
I mean, not really. I mean, when I was really young, my dream was to be in the NFL, but then I realized that's far.
Yeah, that's hard.
So, I mean,
yeah, that's a lot of kids, right? They just want to grow up and be a professional athlete.
Yeah.
So let's get into football. So like last year, you guys had a pretty special crew at defense. You knew that any given week, you could shut out the opponent. You had that opportunity. So what was it like being a part of a group like that?
It was fun, and it was really fun to learn from all those guys. Like being like they can mentor you and like being able to learn from them and see their leading skills was really, really inspiring to me.
Yeah, you were led from the top. I mean, kids like Riley Van Poppel and Michael Madry, but one guy in particular, Grant Mariball, plays your position. I'm sure you took a lot from him.
Yes, I did. I learned a lot from him too.
Okay. Is that why you're going to Oklahoma State?
No, but
just a coincidence.
Yeah.
Do you prefer outside or middle linebacker?
Outside.
What's the difference?
Like Mike or middle, you're more playing inside, and for me, it feels like I'm not as free to go make plays on the outside or like help the team out. I just feel like me being at outside, I'm able to play my C gap or whatever I'm supposed to do better.
And chase down people and it feels like you're not touched as much on the outside, because in the middle you got to get through all the nonsense, right? Your older brother Chase played here for Coach Rodgers. He was quite decorated when he was here. I think he won 4A Defensive Player of the Year at the time. And I've seen him at a game. So is it like having like a coach, whenever he's in town and around?
I mean, he'll tell me stuff whenever I get home after the games, what I did right or wrong, or what I did good. So it's nice it's nice getting to hear that.
Okay, it's not like the annoying older brother telling you what to do.
No. He's not like that.
So he was obviously very good at the position that you play, and he may have played more middle than you do. But what did you learn from him growing up? I'm sure you were at all of these games and watching him from afar.
Just play fast.
Really?
Honestly, that's it. Just go as hard as you can.
And just be reckless.
Yeah.
So I would imagine growing up, you were at all of these games. I believe when we talked, it's funny, I told you before this interview started, he was my first ever interview here. So it's kind of come full circle, which is pretty neat. But, he loved being at Argyle High School. He loved being an Eagle, loved playing for Coach Rodgers. So I'm sure you saw that growing up. And so what is it like now that it's your time?
It's a special thing to be like, he was once a varsity player, and now that I'm here playing out for the same coach he did. It's pretty special to me that I'm able to do that.
Yeah. I mean, when you were watching these games as a kid, were you thinking like, oh, I can't wait wait to be out there?
I kept saying to myself, I can't wait to be out there playing for Coach Rodgers. And
here you are. Yeah, your senior year. That's awesome. Well, this is Bud Petter with us in the 407 Barbecue Halftime Show. What'd you do on the bus ride down last week to Belton?
I listen to Christian music.
Okay.
Because I just feel that calms me down.
Okay.
So I like to listen to that before football games.
Interesting. A lot of people are trying to get pumped up.
Yeah, I only listen to country and Christian, and sometimes like classic rocks. But normally I like to be calm before football games.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Man, you'd think as a linebacker you'd want to be like all amped up and juiced up, but you're trying to stay calm.
Yeah.
That's interesting. What about the ride back? Are you still listening to music? Are you guys partying or sleeping?
I just listen to the same music and just try to sleep.
Okay.
Honestly.
You seem pretty chill.
I like to think so.
Yeah, just pretty.
I'm not a big partier, go out type of guy. Just
not very flamboyant. Yeah. Okay. Do you have a nickname?
Not really. It's just
Bud.
Yeah. Sometimes people call me Buddy, or my friends will call me Budrick or Budry. I don't know.
Budrick?
Yeah.
Random.
Yeah.
That's
whatever.
Funny. What's your bit? What do you think you're known for on the team?
Well, I like to talk about trucks, and one of my dreams was always having a big truck. So I talk about that around my friends, around everybody. So
you're a truck guy.
Yes, big truck guy.
What are you driving?
A 2022 Silverado.
Okay, you got one.
Yeah.
What's okay? If I gave you an unlimited budget, you could build whatever truck you wanted or get whatever you wanted. What would you get?
Probably like an F-250 on like a 6-inch lift.
Oh, you want a giant, way up there truck?
Yes. Yes.
That's funny. You want people to know you're coming.
Yeah.
That's funny. What would you add to it? Are you getting like some specific lights or?
I'd probably get like lights to go in the wheel well.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. Yeah. Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, maybe like a cool bumper with like a light bar on it.
All right.
Like that. I don't know.
A big flag with like a Argyle logo flying.
Yeah, or American flag.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you want. That's cool. Well, this is Bud Petter with us in the 407 Barbecue Halftime Show. All right, last question for you. What is your favorite Coach Rodgers saying? I know you've been around him for a long time, so this may be tough for you, but what do you think your favorite one is?
I don't exactly know the exact saying, but he'll like sometimes say like, if there's a problem, go to Home Depot, buy some wood, and then build a bridge to get over it.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
It's pretty special. Has he told you that?
Well, he's told the team that he hasn't. Told
Okay, it's not like targeted at someone specific.
Yeah,
Okay, so maybe the team's a little down or something, and he's like, hey. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's awesome. Well, impressive win down at Mary Hardin Baylor. Shutout is always good. Did y'all get any donuts or kolaches or anything for a shutout?
We got donuts the next morning at film. So that was awesome.
Made it worth it, right?
Yes.
Okay. How many did we put down?
I just ate a couple.
Okay. You're not trying to.
Yeah. We ate burritos before too. We normally get burritos after every game before Saturday film.
Okay. So they're trying to fill you up on burritos so you don't fill up on donuts.
Yes.
Funny.
Something healthier, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Well, headed into district play, defense. You seem to all be finding your positions. So, you feeling good about the defense and where you're at right now?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. We seem to be a lot better than we were the first 2 weeks. So,
if there was like a key for district play for the defense, what do you think is like the most important thing headed into district?
Just play hard. I mean, like we did last week. That was. I feel like that was the main key on how we shut them out. We just went as hard as we could. So
you took your brother's advice.
Yes.
You played fast.
Yes.
Played hard. Well, it's good to get to meet you, Bud. Best of luck the rest of the way, and we're pulling for you.
Thank you.
That was our player spotlight segment this week with senior linebacker Bud Petter. And while we're on the subject of Bud Petter, looking at the first half, Petter in for 3 tackles unofficially in the first half. But more stats here coming up later in the 407 Barbecue Halftime Show. If you're just joining us, all Argyle in the first half as Argyle leads Frisco Memorial 35-6. Still to come up after this break in the 407 Barbecue Halftime Show. We'll get you that Argyle ISD Eagle update, and that's on your way next. This is Argyle Eagles football brought to you by the Argyle Eagles Booster Club.
Are you tired of looking at fogged or broken window panes around your home, or want to add just a touch of elegance to your bathroom? Maybe you just need to replace some glass shelving or tabletops? Well, then you need us at Glass and Mirror Specialists located right in Double Oak. Having served the entire DFW Metroplex for over 25 years, James Hudgens and his experienced team can help you with all your glass and mirror needs. Call us at 972-679-1069 to schedule a consultation or visit our website at glassandmirrorspecialists.com.
Cycle Center of Denton and BMW Motorcycles of Denton proudly support Argyle Athletics. Cycle Center is your local family-owned and operated power sports store with the best selection of motorcycles, all-terrain vehicles, and side-by-side fun and work machines. Shop the largest parts and accessories showroom in North Texas and experience a factory-trained service department that will support you with the great service to keep your machine running at its best. Cycle Center wants to thank all the Argyle football fans, coaches, and faculty that make Argyle the best school in Texas. Come see why Cycle Center of Denton is called your power sports store with more.
This is the halftime show brought to you by 407 Barbecue. Argyle leads Memorial 35-6 in this first district game for Argyle of the season. We'll get you some highlights and some stats here coming up shortly in the halftime show. But right now, let's hand it to Laura Trubenbach, who's got this week's Argyle ISD Eagle update. And this is brought to you by Laura Jacobson and the Legacy Group.
Hello, Eagles. Tonight we have an exciting update on all things homecoming, and later on we have a special guest, so stay tuned. Mark your calendars and get ready for an evening full of fun and excitement. We're bringing back the homecoming parade, so come on out and join us on October 11th at Argyle High School. This will be an amazing display of school spirit and community pride, including the band, cheerleaders, drill team, homecoming court, student groups, and community youth organizations. Following the parade, the fun continues at our carnival from 6 to 8 p.m., where you can enjoy food, games, prizes, freebies, performances, and so much more. If your organization is interested in entering a float in the parade, or if your local business would like a booth at the carnival, head on over to argyleisd.com for all the details. So make sure to join us on October 11th to celebrate our community. Now let's switch gears and move on with our special guest, Melissa Carpenter, director of the Argyle High School Theater Program. Ms. Carpenter has been a driving force in the theater program for years. Under her guidance, the program has soared to new heights, winning hearts throughout the community. Melissa's here to give us exclusive sneak peeks into the production of the timeless and enchanting Cinderella. This promises to be a production like no other, so we're so excited to hear all about it. So what was the inspiration behind choosing Cinderella as this year's musical?
So we did Beauty and the Beast last year, and I have to tell you, seeing all the little girls in the lobby in their belle dresses, doing the campus visits at each elementary school and having the kids come run to the characters, it was the sweetest thing. And I was like, okay, how can we repeat this? So we went with Cinderella. It's a great classic show, and I think it's gonna be a really good one.
So tell us about the cast of Cinderella.
We have a big cast this year. Within the cast itself, we have 40 students. Over half of those are upperclassmen. We have a crew of 15 this year, and then we have some lobby helpers that range from anywhere between 5 to 6 kids each night. So all in all, we'll have over 60 kids involved in this production, so it's a big one.
What aspects of this year's production make it unique compared to your theater productions in the past, all of which have been incredible?
Oh, thank you. Each year when we pick a show, we're trying to challenge the students and give them something they've not encountered before. And so I think we've accomplished that with this show. This is a Rodgers and Hammerstein production, so it's not the classic Disney show that we've known. It's bigger. It's got classic waltzing dancing in it. So the kids have been challenged to learn new dance steps, to really kind of explore a different style of music than they've been prepared before. And we're going to have a 15-piece orchestra this year, so huge.
That's incredible.
It really is.
Okay, so what is your favorite scene in the show?
I could have told you something, 2 nights ago, but honestly, every night my favorite scene changes because these kids are working super hard. They're making different character discoveries and choices each time. We were in rehearsal last night, and there was a moment where a couple of the characters are bantering back and forth, and I literally laughed out loud. Mr. Ramos and I were like chuckling because they're making bigger choices, which is causing their scene partner to react differently. So really every night, and that's what's wonderful about live theater is every night is different.
Okay, so I know everybody's going to want to come out and see this. When are the show times, and how can the community purchase tickets?
All right, you have 4 chances to catch it this upcoming weekend. Friday the 29th at 7 p.m. Saturday the 30th, we have 2 shows, one at 2 p.m. and one at 7. And our last performance is Sunday the 1st at 2 p.m. So we have marketing all throughout the district social media. There's a QR code there. Or you can go to www.showtix4u.com. That's show, tix with an X, number 4, letter U, and you can search Argyle High School.
Thank you so much to Ms. Carpenter for joining us. To stay up to date on the latest district news, announcements, and accolades, make sure to follow Argyle ISD on all of your social media platforms, including Facebook, Instagram, and X. On behalf of the Argyle ISD Communications Department, let's go Eagles!
Thank you, Laura. That is this week's Argyle ISD Eagle Update, as brought to you by Lori Jacobson and the Legacy Group. And let's go ahead and move on to some of the stats from the first half, as it was all Argyle, as they are on top of Memorial 35-6 right now. Look at some of the team totals. Argyle's total yardage 311 to Memorial's 150. Argyle very balanced tonight, 159 through the air and 152 on the ground. Memorial 89 through the air and 61 on the ground for Memorial. Third down conversions, Argyle 2 of 6 for 33%. Memorial 1 of 9. So Memorial not doing a good job of staying on the field. They're just 1 of 3 on 4th down as well. First downs, Argyle has amassed 16 first downs to Memorial's 6. Look at some of the individual stats from the first half. From Argyle's side, John Gailey, 8 of 18 for 141 yards, a touchdown and an interception. Done most of his damage on the ground. 4 carries for 57 yards and 2 touchdowns. His 2 touchdowns came on his first 2 carries of tonight's ball game. Preston Slayton, 9 carries for 59 yards and a touchdown. He is fresh off of his 100-yard game last week, and that is the first Argyle running back of the season to eclipse the century mark, and that is Preston Slayton. Jake Kreckler, 2 carries, 9 yards. Chase Bagley, 3 carries for 3 yards and a touchdown. And McGuire Gasperson came in and had 2 carries from the Wildcat formation. Those went for 25 yards. Leading receiving is Will Grudzielanek, 4 catches for 79 yards. McGuire Gasperson also has 2 catches for 58 yards and a touchdown. Will Hodson has 1 catch for 17 and Hunter McFall has a catch for 6 yards as well. Also want to throw in that last completion was to Preston Slayton. Unfortunately, that went backwards. Slayton's one catch went for -1 yards. Those are your stats. Now let's get to some of the sounds. As Argyle received the the opening kick of tonight's ball game. They go 6 plays, 63 yards. Like I mentioned, John Gailey did most of his damage on the ground. This one was on 4th down.
4th and a long 3. Argyle's going to get a free snap. Offsides, and John Gailey's just going to take off running. He's going to get a nice block out in front. He's to the 30, 25, he's down the sideline. Cuts it inside of the 10, 5, Argyle touchdown. 38-yard touchdown run for John Gailey. There's a flag down, but it's going to be offsides on Frisco Memorial. The Eagles strike first. All aboard. 6 on the board for Argyle.
You know, you see the flag go down due to offsides, and you're thinking, just throw it, John, throw it. And then he runs it for 38 and a score. Memorial goes 3 and out on their first possession. On Argyle's second, much like the first, except they go 4 plays, 61 yards. And it's John Gailey again on a really nice fake.
It's going to be Slayton again. Ooh, a little delayed. No. Walk the dog, John Gailey. Fakes the handoff on the read option as John Gailey, and everybody in a white jersey thought Preston Slayton had the football, and so did Kenny Arthur up here in the booth. John Gailey able to walk it into the end zone. 6 more on the board for the Eagles. Yeah.
Do want to credit Will Grudzielanek with a 41-yard catch that set up Argyle with the 1st and goal. Then John Gailey finally punching it in for Argyle. Memorial 3 and out again on their second possession as both teams trade scoreless possessions until Argyle's 4th goes for 3 plays and 57 yards. Gailey did it on the ground for the first 2 touchdowns. This next one through the air to McGuire Gasperson.
Argyle from the Memorial 46, play action from the right hash. Gailey going to throw it out to Gasperson. He goes up tall to catch it, and he's going to outrun Elyon all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, McGuire Gasperson. Elyon White tried to cut the route there and intercept that one.
It's cut off there. There was a flag on the play, but it was on Memorial, which was declined. That makes it 21-0 Argyle. Memorial's first 4 drives, and basically 3 and out. 3 3-and-outs and 1 5-play drive with a punt. Their 5th drive is a turnover on downs. However, it was a 12-play drive, over 4 minutes long, but the Eagles defense stops them on 4th down. And on the next Argyle possession, they get back in the end zone as Preston Slayton, again, like we said, 100 yards last week, gets his first touchdown on their 6th drive of the game.
3rd and 1. 0 for 3 is Argyle on 3rd downs. They got this one, though. Slayton straight ahead, bounces off a tackler at the 10, walks into the end zone for the Argyle touchdown. 18-yard touchdown run for number 19, Preston Slayton. All aboard. 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
28-0 Argyle. You'd wonder when Memorial would show up, and they did on their next drive. 2 plays, 79 yards, and a beautiful pass by Memorial, and a 65-yard touchdown gets them on the board. But Max Bland blocks the extra point, and it remains 28-6. Argyle would respond, though, on the very next drive. 7 plays, 57 yards, just a little under 2 minutes, and it's the sophomore Chase Bagley checking in again.
2nd down and 3, but it's going to be Bagley straight ahead. Leaps over a man and then walks into the end zone for the Argyle touchdown. The sophomore Chase Bagley, 5-yard touchdown run. All aboard. 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
And that would bring it to the 35-6 total that it's at now. I said Bagley checking in again. His first carry last week, his first varsity touch, went for a touchdown, and he's played running back for 2 games. He's got 2 touchdowns. A good start to his sophomore campaign for Chase Bagley. 35-6 is your score at the half. Those are your stats and sounds from the first half. We're going to take a break here in the 407 Barbecue halftime show. Normally we get Stephen Bartolotta with the out-of-town scoreboard, but I think we're going to check in with our own Kenny Arthur. That's going to come up next here after we take one more timeout in the 407 Barbecue halftime show. Again, Argyle leading at the half, 35-6. This is Eagle Football. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Hey Eagles, this is Rebel
and Stacy Mickenheim.
Our family owns Charred Pool and Patio right here in Argyle.
As our town grows, our company continues to value community and hometown pride.
We want to know your name and hear about your kid.
Chart is a family-owned and operated pool company devoted to customer service and complete customer satisfaction.
We specialize in new pool design and pool renovation. Ready to get started on your backyard oasis?
Contact Chart Pool and Patio today.
Hey Argyle folks, get 100% employee pricing on a new Ford, Dodge, Jeep, or Nissan at Waxahachie Autoplex. Owners Wes and Lisa Spence are proud parents of Argyle state champion Blake Spence, now at Texas Tech. Wes doesn't play games with the sales staff. In fact, he'll deliver the car and sign the paperwork on your kitchen table. Tell Wes you heard about it from us. Great selection, service, and price. That's what Waxahachie Autoplex is all about.
Welcome back to Eagle Stadium. We are at halftime. 407 Barbecue halftime show continues on here. Here's a few out-of-town scores from around the area. DFW Metroplex, and maybe any other score that I think you just might possibly be interested in, because I might be interested in it. So I'm just have this mentality that they might as well, Mitch, you know? Make sense, doesn't it? All right, in the district. Last night, Frisco Emerson, who is now the number 4 team, I believe, in Class 5A Division II. So another district foe. That's going to be the big one for Argyle this season. Last night, they took down the Denton Broncos 69-6. So Frisco Emerson goes to 1-0 in district play. And tonight, it's only halftime, and Lake Dallas leads Carrollton Creekview 30-7. That one is at the half. So this is probably going to end up being a 3-team race in this district between Argyle, Frisco Emerson, and Lake Dallas. Here's some other scores around the area. Some teams that we could be playing early on in the playoffs. Colleyville Heritage leading Trimble Tech 52-0. That's at halftime. Grapevine beat Fort Worth Northside 48-0. South Oak Cliff over Dallas Adamson last night 55-0. Here's just a few games around the area that you might be interested in. Denton Ryan loses last night to the Colony 27-20. Allen leads Denton Braswell at the half 10-3. Argyle Liberty Christian leads Bishop Lynch at the half 28-7. Denton Geyer over Little Elm at the half 28-7. All these are halftime scores. Duncanville leads Cedar Hill. Man, Cedar Hill's fallen off, haven't they?
Boy, bad.
49-0. Duncanville leads Cedar Hill. That's at halftime, I believe. Hebron over Flower Mound Marcus. Marcus, another one that's struggling. They're 0-4 on the season. 27-7. Hebron leads Flower Mound Marcus. Louisville. They're up there in Class 6A, somewhere in the top 10 for sure. They're leaving Flower Mound at the half 24-7. A couple of those foes that Argyle doesn't like a whole lot that we may or may not see at some point later on. Melissa leads Terrell at the half 35-7, and Lovejoy leads Denison at the half 35-0. Here's just a few that you just might care about. Stephenville and Wichita Falls Rider. This was the third quarter. They're tied at 7 apiece. Abilene Wiley leads San Angelo Central 24-14. Salina, that old orange foe that we like to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
They're up on Carrollton Ranchview at halftime, by the way, 63-0. Here's a little bit of a shocker. They're always a good team, but Decatur's got a good team this year, and Alvarado's beating them at the half 21-14. So that one's a little bit of surprise this evening, but another one of those folks just down the road that we used to. Now, if you've moved to Argyle here recently, or if you've become a fan of Argyle because you've had family move here in the last few years, which there's so many that have moved in, you don't understand some of those old rivalries from the Class 3A days and whatnot. Yep. But Decatur and some of those guys, Stephenville, Salina,
Wiley,
Abilene Wiley, which they're up there with us now. We played them last year in the playoffs, but some of those big rivals, and we pay attention to their scores still week in and week out. And see how those guys are doing.
I suspect next realignment, you're probably going to see Decatur and Salina up in 5A.
Yeah, definitely Salina.
And hopefully
for sure.
We're still in Division II then. I don't know how far we are from Division I, but it's kind of funny when you read those scores off. No games are close. It's the haves and the have-nots, and there's nothing in between, right?
Yeah, there's only one that we saw, the Colony 27-20 over Denton Ryan. But that's really the only close game. I guess if you just like rivalries in the Metroplex, I saw a halftime score, Rockwall Heath leading Rockwall 18-16 at halftime.
Well,
so that's,
there you go.
If you got time to get over to that one, watch the finish. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I will.
But we are at the half here, and we'll just keep it right here as the teams come back out on the field. Matter of fact, We never do this early. We're going to wrap up the 407 Barbecue halftime show. And we can talk a little bit about our Rapid Med Urgent Care Keys to Victory for the second half. Your hometown emergency care doctors with Texas-sized hearts. Rapid Med Urgent Care. And, Mitch, what are your thoughts on Argyle, what they need to do here in the second half?
Well, I think Coach Rodgers had a great comment there at the end of the first half, in that, if you look at the scoreboard, Argyle's played great, right? But there are some areas as a coach that he can see that we need to get better at. And I'm hoping that the second half, that's what they're going to do, right? They're going to focus on those areas. They may not score, and it doesn't mean that they can't. It just means that they're working on some things and want to get better for these better teams that they're going to face down the road.
That's exactly what Argyle needs to do. Matter of fact, as we get ready for our third quarter, we don't ever do this ahead of time, right? Let's find out who is bringing us our third quarters. We're just about set for that third quarter. Argyle going to kick off to Frisco Memorial, and here's who's bringing you, because Memorial hadn't come back out on the field. There they come. Who's bringing us our third quarter tonight, Mitchie Pooh?
It's going to be Rapid Med Urgent Care, Dave and Kathy Salisbury at the Real Estate Station, Evergreen Lawn and Landscape, CR Plumbing, Eagle Realty, Susan Randall at Argyle Dental, BB Living Harvest, Dr. Rex Rote of the Argyle Family Chiropractic, Rich McDowell of Synergy One Lending, Shelley Wiley of the Argyle Fine Arts Preschool, Go Vision, good to see them back, Noble Classic Homes, Independent Financial, Alpha Women's Fitness, and our title sponsor, again, is Brian McClarty with 407 Barbecue.
All right, we're just about set for the kickoff with Argyle leading 35-6. Let's check in downstairs with Clark McNulty. And Clark,
yes,
as
sir.
the team comes back out on the field, what's that Chick-fil-A on 407 mood on the sideline like?
All business. And it's funny when you come out, because the starters come out and they have that, okay, we got to work on this. But the guys that are the twos and threes are really excited because, hey, I'm going to get in the game.
Yes. Who you got next to you? That a Argyle great or what?
Absolutely. Chase Petter.
Oh, wow, watching his brother.
Yeah, well, he's been here every single week, and he wears about, 5 or 6 toothpicks out every game.
Well, we'd like for him to tell us hello instead of you.
Oh, here, say hello.
Hey, guys, what's up?
Hey, Chase.
I can't hear anything, so.
That's all right. Here's the kickoff, and it goes into the end zone and out the back of the end zone, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Frisco Memorial Warriors. They'll set up shop at the 25-yard line. Demarion McPherson, the seniors, their quarterback, number 4. Diego Valero is their center. Adora Joko and Jalen Clark are the guards. Reggie Edwards, Graham Butler, the tackles. Beckett Martin is the tight end. TJ Osborne, Christian Crumbly, Trey Reese Coleman are the receivers. And we'll see who comes out at running back this time. It looks like it's going to be 21. Jacoby Williams is the running back defensively for Argyle. We'll get those for you here in just a moment. Might not be the same as the usual starters, so we'll hold off on that for just a second. Matter of fact, I already see one, Grady Emerson, starting at cornerback here on the near side in front of us. Here's a handoff. Actually, a new running back out there. It's Xavier Foster, the sophomore, getting the carry, and Brendan Hickman with the stop after a pickup of about 3 yards. Brendan Hickman, Jack Teller, and Logan Gregory are up front. The outside backers are Chase Petter and Hudson E. Material, Max Bland in the middle. And all the guys in the secondary we'll give you in just a moment. I've already given you Grady Emerson. Malik Bracey is the corner on the other side. And here is a running play on the left side, and it's going to be Foster again. He's going to get close to a first down. He is going to have a fat first down before Justice Jones runs him out of bounds over there.
Yeah, and again, there was nothing up the middle, so he kicked it out wide and just got around the corner and picked up those yards.
Xavier Sanchez is out there, as well as Nate Bruce and Garrett Westrom to start in the safety spots. I said Justice Jones, but he's not even out there. Must have been Petter. Here's a handoff. Nope, it's going to be a keeper on the read option by McPherson. There's a flag down.
Are they going to call that a face mask?
End of the run. Getting up off the bottom of the pile, making the stop there for Argyle was, that looks like Max. Nope, that is Xavier Sanchez, number 23. And it is going to be on Argyle.
It's a big one because they're moving the chains.
Yeah, it must have been a face mask. See if we can get the call here from. Well, he tried to call it, and the mic didn't work. So, face mask penalty on somebody, somewhere, somehow, wearing red. Cinch Cleaners uniform update here for the second half. Argyle red jerseys, red pants, white numerals, black helmets. Give you Frisco Memorial after that. That's the first penalty on Argyle.
They held him right there.
Should have been a penalty right there against Memorial for a hold. Instead, McPherson will pick up about 5 yards. Max Bland will make the stop. We'll call it a 4-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Warriors, with Argyle leading 35-6. Warriors in their white jerseys, black numerals outlined in yellow, yellow pants, black helmets with a big yellow M and yellow stripes down those helmets. White piping down those yellow pants. 2nd down and 6 here for the Warriors. Moving from left to right from the left hash. McPherson. Receiver wasn't set for that one, so we're going to have a procedure penalty. Argyle only one penalty tonight. That is penalty number.
Second down. False start. Offense number 18. 5-yard penalty remains 2nd down.
That's the 8th penalty on Frisco Memorial. You know, for some reason, this goes back to last year. I want to call them the Chargers. And I still keep myself from calling them. They should have been the Chargers. I don't know why. I can't tell you why. I think it just flows. Memorial Chargers sounds better than Memorial Warriors, but just a personal opinion. McPherson rolling to his right, now cuts it back inside. And Garrett Westrom has to come up from his safety spot to make the tackle after a 6-yard pickup there for McPherson. And
yeah, Hudson Emeterio had him, right? Just kind of overran the play as he cut back and made a nice play to get, you know, a few yards out of that. But Hudson was tracking him down pretty good.
Memorial 1 of 9 on 3rd down in the first half. Ball on the right hash, 3rd down and 5. McPherson looking, still looking. Now he's looking to run. Now he's going to try to bounce it outside, and he does. And he's going to have a 1st down. Bud Petter chasing after him and got him on the numbers. Right around the 30, the 31 is where they will call him down. That's a 9-yard pickup for Demarion McPherson, the quarterback. And a 1st down for the Warriors. And Clark, I'm going to come down to you. And I know you said all business, but I don't really see a whole lot of energy out of this Argyle defense here in this 3rd quarter so far.
No, they're not getting the penetration they were. I'm wondering if they're coming out maybe taking the team a little bit too lightly, and that's gonna cost them if they did.
Jacoby Williams gets a handoff. He's running left. There's somebody that decided they were going to make a play at the line of scrimmage. Big Logan Gregory, number 44, up to make the stop for Argyle, the 6-foot, 245-pound senior. There's the guy that you have talking, by the way. You want to know who talks?
Oh, yeah.
It's Logan Gregory.
I saw him in baseball.
The baseball dugout.
Yeah.
Here on the football field, wherever you want him to talk, he's going to talk.
You
the
need
LG.
that guy. You need that guy. Especially in baseball, you need that guy, right?
Yeah, very seldom got to play, but was always the first one pumping everybody up when they came off the baseball diamond and whatnot. Here's a quick pass intercepted. Nate Brewster, no, that's Garrett Westrom coming down the sideline. Oh, my gosh, runs over the quarterback at the 45. He's able to hang on to him and bring him down. They'll mark him out at the 43-yard line. Interception for Garrett Westrom, his first of the season, and it's Argyle football in Memorial territory.
Yeah, he just jumped the route, right? It was an out route, and he just jumped it and grabbed it and took off down the sideline. But, man, he laid the boom on that quarterback who was not going to let him get a pick 6 out of it.
Here comes the Argyle offense. 8 plays for Memorial on that offensive drive and nothing to speak for it. 2 receivers go right, 1 left. Ball on the left hash for Argyle, moving from right to left in this 3rd quarter. John Gailey, senior, still at quarterback, hands it off to Preston Slayton. Cuts to his right. He's got room straight up the middle of the field. He's brought down at the 30-yard line. He's got a 13-yard gain. Safety Cullen Son makes the stop for Frisco Memorial. Now Gasperson comes in the slot to the left side. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Hunter McFall, the tight end, is lined up behind his right guard, Thor Johansson. Snaps back to Gailey, handoff Slayton. Straight ahead, now to the left a little bit, but he's got a hole. Gets behind Thor Johansson, who kicked out and made a nice block. So did Carter Wilson, and a pickup of 8 that time for Preston Slayton.
He's been super patient behind those blockers, right? Just reading those blocks and then just taking whatever gap he can get.
Give you the rest of those blockers here in just a moment. It's going to be Slayton again. He's running right, this time behind Weston Cheney, and runs right into the defender. Cheney was kind of kicking him out. Slayton tried to get out there. And if he'd have gone inside, might have had a little bit more room, but it's no gain that time for Slayton. It'll be 2nd down and 3. That offensive line again, Carter Wilson at center, Thor Johansson and Leighton Firestone at guards, Weston Cheney and Tyler Roberts at the tackles. Now Argyle checks to the sideline to get the play call. You know, I try to get in a hurry, right?
Yeah. So here's your offsides.
And then they check to the line of scrimmage. They check to the sideline. Play action. Gailey wants to throw. Now under pressure. Gets one last little block, and now he's got some running room on the left side. Over to the numbers, 20, 15, and out of bounds. Inside the 15 at the 12-yard line. Nice job by Hunter McFall just to kick his guy out at the last second. and allow John Gailey to run free for an 11, 12-yard pickup and a first down.
Yeah, and there was plenty of room right there, and he stepped up in the pocket, and it was a nice pocket. There was just nobody open. He just pulled it down and took off.
First and 10 Argyle from the 12-yard line. Snaps back to Gailey. He's going to give it to Slayton running right. Gets another nice block from Cheney and from McFall, but then somebody in the middle able to wrap him up there. Couldn't quite get outside. Looks like number 9 gets up. Evan Faulkner off the bottom of the pile to make that stop, along with a little help from Clayton Brim, number 42, one of the linebackers. Gain of a couple to the 9, second down and 8. Play 6 of the drive. Gailey going to throw fade to the end zone. Looking to the corner, and Will Krysiak goes up. Just really good coverage over there. There's some contact, but some hand checks by both guys. Great coverage by Chase Coleman in the corner of the end zone. The pass is incomplete. It's 3rd and 8.
Yeah, and that was good coverage, right? I mean, Gailey kind of put a lot of air under it, so it was going to come right down to the corner in the back. So it was going to have to be really good, and it just too good of a defender right there. Argyle had run the ball 5 straight times prior to that one. 3rd down and 8 for the Eagles. 2 right, 1 left. Ball in the middle of the field. Gailey looking. He's got time. Oh, and he finds Will Krysiak going over the middle and able to walk into the end zone for the touchdown. Somehow Will Krysiak got matched up with a linebacker, Austin Metcalf, and we know who's going to win that matchup. It's an 8-yard touchdown pass. John Gailey to Will Krysiak. 6 more on the board for the Eagles. Yeah, and again, a lot of credit to that offensive line because John Gailey just sat back there and had tons of time to look over the whole field until Krysiak got open, and then he just hit him right on the numbers.
Extra point by Jackson Green is good. 7:36 to play in our 3rd quarter. Our new score is Argyle 42. Frisco Memorial 6. Argyle marched down the field on that one, mostly with runs. I think, 5 runs on that drive for Argyle. And Argyle offensive guard Thor Johansson talks about why he loves running the football.
Run blocking is the epitome of football.
Yeah.
It's that ground and pound. You versus someone else. You get to see who's stronger, who's got that better leverage. And I love run blocking. I don't hate pass blocking, but run blocking it's so fun.
And you got to love to run block, but the way a lot of teams are these days, you don't need to run block a whole lot. Or you run block, Mitch, out of that pass blocking stance, right? You stand up, but Argyle still does some of the power blocking, and big 6'3", 290-pound Thor Johansson likes that a little bit better than run blocking.
Yeah, those guys are having so much fun. They're down there singing Sweet Caroline in their offensive line huddle down here.
We'll talk about that Argyle size again across that offensive line. Jackson Green to kick off. Chase Coleman's going to take it at the 1-yard line. He's going to run it out. He's on the left hash. Tries to juke around the Argyle man, but he will not get past Argyle's number 22, Watson Bell, who was down to make the stop, and he's going to be stopped at the 16-yard line. And that's where Frisco Memorial will have it 1st and 10. And Mitchie Poo, how about a drive summary?
Let's do it. This one is brought to us by Dave and Kathy Salisbury of the Real Estate Station. So they ran 5 running plays, and the 7 plays that they had, 43 yards, a minute 12 off the clock, and it was capped by that 9-yard TD pass. That's what, 2nd one tonight for Gailey Krysiak, right?
Yeah.
First.
Gasperson was the first one. Frisco Memorial going to hand it off straight ahead and out to about the 20. Oh, there's a late flag that comes in off the bottom of the pile. Making that stop is Hudson E. Materio. Got 3 new down linemen in there, but they've played quite a bit. John Hurt, one of those.
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 32. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the play, automatic first down.
So that's Max Bland called for the face mask. Also in there defensively now, Tanner Kane at defensive end, and at the nose guard now, Tyson O'Neill. Watson Bell in at one of the safety spots for Argyle. And Gija in at quarterback. And Bud Petter going to have the sack all the way back at the 20-yard line. Chase Petter approves from the sidelines. And that's all the way back to the 22-yard line.
That's a huge loss. I'm not sure why the down marker's not coming back, though. What are they doing? Do we have another flag? Well, let's see. We go.
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 25. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, first down.
Hey, Clark, I guess that's probably not Chase approved.
No, I'm trying to figure out how we got the face mask when he was as low as he was.
Also out defensively for Argyle now, Thomas Irwin. First down and 10. That puts Memorial into Argyle territory. 31 yards of penalties. There's Bud Petter back there in the face of Gija again. Giga. I don't know what the guy's name is.
I don't
What's
know
his
either.
first name? I forgot. Noah. We're going to call him Noah.
NG.
Noah is the quarterback.
Yeah, and he was pressured right there.
Yeah, Bud Petter was
Bud
back there
got
again.
in there and really disrupted everything.
Second down and 10. Xavier Sanchez is still out there. Micah Roberts at the other corner on the far side. Second down and 10 from the Argyle 49-yard line. Noah's got it. He's going to hand it off to Xavier. Max Bland makes the stop. He'll get in about a 5-yard pickup there for Xavier Foster. Fifth tackle of the night for Max Bland.
Yeah, he's having a good night also. Him and Material both, the two linebackers, really having a night.
I want to go to Clark after this next play and let him talk a little bit about Max Bland. That's a kid who the first couple of weeks we were watching and we were wondering if maybe he just wasn't going to make it in Texas football. He was struggling a little bit the first couple of weeks, and he's kind of figured some things out here the last couple of weeks. Here's a handoff to Foster, and he's going to, looks like, get a first down. Bud Petter on the bottom of the pile after a 4-yard pickup. And it'll be fourth down, and now we will go down to Clark. Clark, I know you know the Bland family really well. Talk a little bit about Max in his last couple of games.
Well, magnificent. I'll tell you what, he was on the edge to begin with. He was outside. When they moved him inside, it allowed him to be more instinctual, and he's playing with a lot more speed, which means the game's slowing down for him now.
Xavier Foster with the 1-yard run. I think that's going to be just enough for a first down. He gets shoved back about 3 or 4 yards. John Hurt gets up off the bottom of the pile, number 94, not 44. Tanner Kane also in on the stop, but it's enough for a first down for the Warriors with 5:20 to play in the third quarter, and Argyle leading 42-6.
Yeah, see, and I remember Max telling us at that baseball softball doubleheader that we did that they were going to try and play him at middle linebacker.
This pass tipped up in the air, and Max Bland almost had an interception. He got his paws up in the air, knocks it up in the air, and then tries to dive after it. Couldn't quite make the catch.
And when we're talking to him, my first thought was, looking at his size, he didn't really look like a middle linebacker. And I'd kind of like to see him as that outside linebacker where he can use his speed to, get out there into the flats and things like that. But that's why they got him in the middle. They want to make a middle linebacker out of him. He certainly has the size to do it.
Second and 10, Xavier Foster running left. Bud Petter is there to make the stop. Also looks like Tanner Kane on the bottom of the pile as well. A gain of a yard. It'll be third down and 9.
Tanner Kane, Argyle UMC.
There you go. All the members of the church. We're going to talk about all them. Third down and 9 here for the Warriors. There's that clock is, the clock is really weird tonight. It'll jump 3 or 4 seconds at a time. Noah throws over the middle. Oh, it's incomplete.
Oh.
Man, he should have had that.
Yeah.
Great Grimes. Good coverage by Micah Roberts, but it wasn't Grimes. That's TJ Osborne, number 18, and he had that one in his hands. And as Roberts hit him, it popped out. It'll be a fourth down.
Yeah, and Tanner Kane with a big rush right there nearly had his jersey pulled it all the way off of his shoulder pad, and they obviously are calling a 42-6 game.
Yeah.
And just kept it in their pocket.
3 receivers right, 1 left for the Warriors, this time on fourth down. Noah Gija, left-handed quarterback, rolls to his left. He's still rolling. Now he's going to throw. He hits his receiver, but I think it's going to be short of the first down.
Oh, yeah.
And it is. It's going to be a gain of about 7, but he needed 9. And Xavier Sanchez right there to knock him out of bounds after the catch was made, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. It's Argyle football at the 31.
Yeah, and the receiver was out there, and he saw the quarterback rolling, and he came back to him. What he should have done was released and headed back towards the end zone, but he came in and came in too far, got in between the sticks, and that isn't where they needed to be.
Chanson Bowen has checked back in at the center spot, and Micah Gassaway at right tackle now for Argyle.
And a handoff straight ahead for the Eagles, and that is Chase Bagley back in there at running back. He's only going to have about a yard here on first down. Braden Bach in at tight end. It's second down and 9. In at the receiver spot over here, Chris Munster is wide left with Jackson Green in the slot. Ethan Fetters on the far side. Here's the snap back to Gailey. Play action. Looking to throw. He's going to go deep. Looking for Jackson Green. He's got to step on his man. He makes the catch. Over the shoulder catch at the 28-yard line. All the way down. They'll mark him down at the 21. Brought down by Parker Goodwin, but a 47-yard pass from Gailey to Jackson Green.
Yeah, what a great job. He was looking over his shoulder the whole time. Had to correct while the ball was still in flight and got underneath it, made a super catch.
Bagley, the ball carrier, has to run over a man right at the line of scrimmage, able to drag him for about 3 yards to the 18-yard line. To be second down and 7. John Gailey now 215 yards passing on the night.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Second down and 7. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Argyle trying to draw Memorial offside, and they did something. There's a flag. I guess there was some contact.
No, they're going to
call procedure on Argyle.
False start. Offense, number 14. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
So I guess the clap of the hands fooled his own receiver. Ethan Fetters was ready to go.
I guess.
So back him up a little bit here. Now it's second down and 12 for the Eagles. 3:15 to play. Third quarter. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Ball just inside the left hash. Play action to Bagley. Oh, he's got a man wide open. It's Ethan Fetters. Right in his hands. Easy touchdown there for Ethan Fetters as he hangs on to it.
Yep.
Drops the football. And it'll be third down and 12.
He's not going to like that in film tomorrow.
No.
Oh, yeah.
He's probably not liking it right now, I would imagine. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Fetters stays out there on that right side. Play action again. Gailey's going to throw toward the corner of the end zone. That's way too far. About 5 yards out the back of the end zone. Chris Munster, the intended receiver, looks like he made a phenomenal catch.
He did. He caught it.
But he ends up on the inside lane of the track down there in the corner. About where you'd hand off to the final leg of the
end zone.
4x100.
Yeah.
Fourth down and 12. Argyle going to go for it.
Why not?
Play action. Gailey, ooh, under pressure. He's going to go down. Down, coming off the end over there was Evan Faulkner. First sack of the game for Frisco Memorial. And Argyle will turn it over on downs back at the 28-yard line. 29-yard line? Depends on which foot you're looking at.
Yep.
29. So first and 10 for the Warriors. 2:54 to play. Third quarter. Argyle leading 42-6. Already got our third quarter sponsors.
Yeah.
So
we're ahead of the game. Clark, is that Sunshine with you down there?
Clark's too busy having fun with people now.
Doesn't even have his headset on.
No, he's not listening to us anymore. That's why we get paid so much better than he does.
Let's make up something and see if we can get him to panic.
A handoff, no gain here for Xavier Foster. Getting up off the bottom of the pile there is big number 55, Tyson O'Neill. Along with also in the ballgame now, 61, Hank Woodard. Had a lot of tackles in the fourth quarter last week. So we'll see if the Hankinator can get going again. Here's second down and 10. It's Foster once again. He's going to bounce it out left. He's got some running room now. Watson Bell going to chase him down, but not until he gets across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Hi, Paige Arthur. How are you?
Wow, look who it is.
We've got a special guest in the booth.
Yeah.
It's the Chick-fil-A 407 Hall of Fame cheerleader. There's only 2. Shelby Smith, Paige Arthur.
There they are.
Third down and 3 here for Memorial. They're 2 for 12 on third down. And not sure what they were waiting on, but they waited too long, and McCade McManning says, okay.
Again, like you said, they hold the ball in there too long, and it really cost them right there.
Yeah, read option ends up losing 4 yards back to the 32-yard line. And so it'll be a punting situation for the Memorial Warriors. We don't know what that. We found a tool here in the broadcast booth. We don't know what it is. Thought maybe Paige knew. Thought maybe something for your eyebrows or something. We have no idea what.
Is it like a knitting deal?
That's the fifth three and out of the game for Memorial. Hey, Clark's back with us. What about that? Hey.
Clark.
Yeah.
Is that Sunshine?
It is.
I want to holler at him a second when we get a break.
Here comes the punting situation.
I'll have to go get the other headset.
Oh, we didn't touch it.
Watson Bell back to receive that, and
Watson, just catch that if you're going to do it.
Just gets away from it, and it'll be downed.
He's getting some good coaching on the sideline right now, isn't he?
26-yard punt, no return for Argyle. And so they'll set up shop first and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
Game moving along pretty fast.
42.
Argyle not really, you think when you're up this big that you don't necessarily throw the ball, but Argyle working on a few of those routes.
McGuire Gasperson now at quarterback for Argyle. He's going to hand it off to Chase Bagley running left. Gets a good block from Braden Bach. And he's going to have a first down. Carter Wilson also out leading the way blocking. Gain of 11. Hunter Bartram is checked back in at left guard. We've also got another new offensive lineman out there at right guard. That is Kirk Rudolph. First down and 10. Argyle football now at the 48. Bagley running right. He gets another nice block from Bach and from Weston Cheney, and he's got another first down. This time a gain of 12 for Chase Bagley on the right side, all the way down to the 35 of Memorial.
Boy, got to get that ball high and tight, though. That's kind of loose out there on the slinging around out there, but he made a great cut and right through a couple of defenders right there for a big gainer.
Chris Munster split out wide left. Brooks Bryan is checked in. He's in the slot on the left side. Hand off again to Bagley, going right. Now comes all the way back left. Middle of the field, now to the left hash. He's off to the races. 15, 10, 5. Stiffs arms a man, drags him to the end zone. He's going to be drug out of bounds at the 1-yard line as hanging on for dear life was Jalal Abdullah and able to drag him out of bounds at the 1-yard line. 34-yard run by Chase Bagley. First and goal for the Eagles at the 1-yard line. All we needed was Kirk Rudolph.
He's in now.
And now Chase Bagley into the end zone. 1-yard touchdown run on the left side behind big Tyler Roberts. 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
Yeah, and it's only fitting that you give it to Chase right there, right? I mean, he's kind of earned it all the way down the field, so let's give it to him.
Beckham Kimbrell now back out to try the PAT. Out of the hole to Colton Rockmore. Greg Moeller, the deep snapper. Good snap, good hold. And the try for PAT is good. 9 seconds to play in the third quarter. Argyle now leading 49-6 over Frisco Memorial. We're back after these messages from JB Warranties.
JB Warranties is a local family-owned business based out of Argyle, Texas. They work with thousands of contractors nationwide to offer part and labor warranties on heating and air conditioning equipment. Named to Inc. 5000's Best Places to Work list in 2018, 20, and 21, they're looking to add members to their team. If interested, please send a resume to hr@jbwarranties.com or call 855-742-5522. JB Warranties is a proud sponsor of Argyle Athletics.
This year, as our Argyle Eagles continue to build on their legacy of success, our Papa John's family is here to help you step up your pizza game. The North Lake Papa John's is your locally owned and operated pizza shop right here in your backyard. Step up your dinner plans this week with any of our specialty pizzas, papadillas, wings, and desserts. And this season, get 25% off your order when you use the coupon code ARGYLE24. It's the perfect way to celebrate an Argyle victory tonight. Enjoy the game and go Eagles! Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Here's the kickoff from Beckham Kimbrell. It's going to go over the head of Trey Coleman out the back of the end zone. And it's going to be first and 10. Hey, guys, we've got somebody here on the line with us down there taking over for Clark. Clark's going home. And Brendan Dixon former Argyle great, Sunshine, on with us, telling us the story. Now, continue your story live on the air.
What's up? Well,
wait a minute. Can you tell this story?
Yes,
Okay.
I can. Spencer Cullen, it was my freshman year. He had 2 casts on his wrist.
Yep.
And we were playing in Abilene Wiley. It was my first high school start. Of course, I was 13 years old, and I thought I had it all figured out. Of course, right? So they go twins over to the wide side, and I mean I remember it like it was yesterday. And our sideline holds up these cards, and I swear to this day that card read zone. I swear it did. And of course it was man, and I ran the wrong coverage. And Spencer Cullen let me have it. And I said, Spence, no, shooter. That was zone. It was zone. He said, hey, I'm the senior here. I am right.
That is the end of the third quarter.
Right, sorry. And sure enough, yes, I did run the wrong coverage. 13 years old, and I ran the wrong coverage. Yes, I know. But that's one of the better stories I have of Spencer Cullen and I.
Yeah, that's the last time he was right.
Yeah, right. I can only imagine. But yeah, I mean, it's awesome to be here, and this place still looks the same, and yeah, I mean, it's awesome.
Still get the feel when you come back to the stadium?
Still get the exact feel. Yeah, no doubt. So,
yep.
I think that's something that may never leave me.
And that's a good thing. But so this year baseball got up to AAA for a while.
Yes, sir.
Let me hang on a second. Let me set the stage just real quick. I got 10 yards there for Memorial. That's the end of the third quarter. We'll get back to football here in just a second. Yeah. It's the end of the third quarter with Argyle leading 49-6. We're talking to Brendan Dixon. We'll let him kind of tell you a little bit about, especially some of you new folks that have just moved into Argyle or just listen, but there's also a lot of old timers out there as well that remember Sunshine Brendan Dixon. And Brendan, tell us a little bit, if you can stop between plays here, if you watch the game a little bit, let me call the play here, and then we'll get back to talking about what you're doing and exactly where you're playing right now. Here's Jacoby Williams getting the handoff, and only a couple here straight up the middle, and again, about a yard to be second down and 9 for Memorial. So tell us, you're AAA now?
Yeah, well, so man, it was nuts. I started in high A, and I was there, and they got kind of hit with some injuries and some sicknesses up there, and it's kind of one of those things where I was the next guy up, and it was a really fun experience for me. Here's a play right here. Hold
Second down and 9, and just getting rid of it is the quarterback.
He got
McPherson. He gets hammered back there. He gets the ball out, though, and making the catch and getting about a 6-yard gain. Watson Bell on the stop, Xavier Foster on the catch, be third down and 4. Go ahead, Brendan.
I was up there for about a month. I got sent back down to high A, and I was there for about a month and a half, and then I got sent back up for another stint, and then I ended back in high A. So
okay, good.
It was lots of ups and downs, lots of learning, but it was good. So
biggest difference between high A and AAA?
McPherson, the ball carrier here, and he's going to be right at the first down marker. They'll give him the first down, give the Hankinator, Hank Woodard, the credit on the stop there. So 1st and 10 for Memorial at their own 45.
Man, I would say the biggest difference would be just the age, and guys that have played in the big leagues for so long. I think we had a guy who was in the big leagues for 10 years, and it was really cool for me to share the same field with him and kind of chat with those guys and just learn. You can go ahead, Kenny. Sorry.
Xavier Foster, long run down the right side. Watson Bell finally runs him out of bounds, but not till he gets all the way down to the Argyle 26, a 24-yard gain and a first down for the Memorial Warriors.
So that's really the biggest difference. The game is really the same at all levels, man. It's everybody's good. It's just the mindset is so much different up there.
Here's a quick pass out in the flat to Trey Coleman, and Thomas Irwin brings him down. A short gain of about 3 to the 22-yard line.
Well, Brendan, I know a bunch of people in Argyle are following you every step of the way. And
yes,
certainly,
sir.
We don't need to say it, but we wish you the best of luck. And,
well, thank you guys so much, man. This place means a lot to me, and I appreciate that more than you guys know. So
yeah, you're awesome.
Yeah, good luck to you.
So, all right, guys, thank y'all so much. I'll see y'all soon.
All right, take care, Sunshine. See you, bud.
Yes, sir.
Brendan Dixon, former Argyle great on the football field and on the baseball diamond. And here's a pass into the end zone from McPherson, just out of the reach of Grimes.
Boy, I think he had it in his hands.
I think he did too, yeah. Chance for a touchdown there. And Clark has a Sunshine story for us as well.
Somewhere along the line, Sunshine and I bonded about your sophomore year, and we're going to take a break for the play.
3rd down and 6. McPherson wants to throw. Now he's going to run it straight ahead. Pocket. Steps up in the pocket, takes off running. Mason Pittner slings him down, but he's going to have just enough for a first down inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. A Memorial first down.
And we had a pregame ritual. We would come up and get a hug before every game for your sophomore, junior, senior year. And he intercepted a pass on the far side of the field in his record-setting year. I'll hold up one more second.
1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. And Xavier Foster straight up the middle. Steps out of a tackle at the 5-yard line and into the end zone for the 14-yard touchdown run for Frisco Memorial's Xavier Foster. Well, he's celebrating like he's won the Super Bowl, but
maybe that's his first touchdown of the year.
That could be. Yeah, absolutely.
He starts flying the airplane all the way across the field, and I notice he's running straight at me. He wants me to do the high-flying hip bump thing, and he didn't realize that I couldn't do it, so he hip bumped my ear. But we had a great time laughing about it.
Yep. Here's the extra point from Mateo Gentile, and it is good. 9:08 to play in the ball game. Our new score: Argyle 49, Frisco Memorial 13. Back with more Argyle football in just a moment.
What's the secret to scoring big in the real estate game? Put the ball in the hands of the winning realtor in Argyle, Lorena Moore with Monument Realty. Lorena knows all of the plays to find the perfect match for you, whether you're buying or selling. Real estate is about connections, and there's no better quarterback in Argyle than Lorena Moore. Find her at dfwmorehomes.com or look for her QR code around Eagle Stadium. Don't get stuck on the sidelines. Go with Lorena Moore with Monument Realty.
Hello, fellow Eagles fans. This is Pastor Jen at Argyle United Methodist Church. If you're looking for a church family, I want to invite you to join us for church on Sunday at 9 a.m. for our traditional service or at 11 a.m. for our modern service. We also have small groups for the entire family, all ages, at 10 a.m. We'd love to see you there.
Cinch Cleaners, now with 5 local locations, is the official laundromat of Argyle Athletics. If they can take care of these kids' uniforms, they can take care of whatever you've got. On top of all the usual stuff, dry cleaning, alterations, bedding, and wedding care, Cinch Cleaners offers same-day service, including free pickup and delivery. Coach Rodgers trusts them, and so can you. Cinch Cleaners, 9:08 to play in the ball game. Argyle well on their way to going 1-0 in district play. But nice drive there from Memorial. We'll get that drive summary here in just a second. Also get you our fourth quarter sponsors here in just a moment as well. Lots of great folks in and around Argyle that pay good money to help these kids get uniforms and all sorts of athletic supplies. From Argyle, one of the few, this fair catch is made by Will Krzyzak. Argyle have it at the 25-yard line. And by the way, the Argyle Athletic Booster Club and all these sponsors that support it, it's not just for football. A lot of schools just have a football booster club. Argyle, it's all the sports. So if it's a sport, your money is going to that if you help support these sponsors. So, hey, Mitchy Poo, how about a Memorial Drive summary?
Yeah, Ty and Jennifer Holmeyer, the design house, reluctantly bring us this one because it's from
wrong team.
Frisco Memorial. Yeah, 10 plays, 75 yards. Took 3:01 off the clock, and they were 2 of 2 on 3rd down, and then they finished it with a 29-yard run for a touchdown.
Chase Bagley gets the handoff, and he's going to be stopped in the backfield. Still got the starters out there for Frisco Memorial for the most part. Argyle's putting in some 2s and 3s, so it's going to be a little bit tougher. And the loss of a yard this time for Bagley, it's going to be second. They say no gain. 2nd down and 10. Ben Godfrey's checked in at the tight end spot. I did notice that Jake Hartchin is checked in at one of the offensive line positions. I'll see if I can get the other ones if there's many other changes. Here's that little inside pitch. And it is going to be Ben Godfrey, the tight end. That's going to be a completed pass for McGuire Gasperson, a gain of 8 to the 33-yard line. And coming back in the ball game here is
Micah Gassaway, and he was replacing J.J. Fuentes, who had checked in on the offensive line. 3rd down and 2 here for the Eagles. Gasperson's got it. He's going to hand it off to Bagley. He's hitting the backfield, but he's just dragging that guy. The guy wouldn't get any help, was he? As Doug McLeod,
first down,
had him 2 yards deep in the backfield, and Bagley able to just drag him for a couple of yards, which to the 35, which is just enough for a first down. Kirk Rudolph still in at right guard. Let's see here. It's Hunter Bartram at center. Chanson Bowen at left guard. And I'll get you your left tackle after this play. It's going to be Gassaway. He's running right behind that left tackle, and also the tight end, Braden Bach. And he's going to have about a 4-yard gain this time. And actually, I've already mentioned it. Jake Hartgen is the left tackle. 2nd down and 6 as Bagley picked up 4 on that one.
So Gasperson is next year's QB, more than likely?
Most likely. I think there's a pretty good
Got him.
Yeah, at JV. Here's a free play as it was offsides on the defense. And there's going to be another flag
one
back in the secondary. That one's going to be 15. That's Elyon White, who was on the coverage. Chris Munster. It looks like he might be jaw-jacking a little bit down there as well, so might want to be careful on that. You don't want that 15 taken back from you.
Right.
We can get the call here from Bernard Gray, our official out of Fort Worth.
There were 2 fouls by the defense. Offside, number 33, is declined. Pass interference, number 23, is accepted. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic first down.
I like Bernard.
You know what? I was just thinking the same thing. I've watched some of these games on TV, like some of these state championship games.
Yeah.
And the referees, you just can't even understand them.
Here's a pre-snap penalty this time, and Bernard throws his own flag.
Oh,
got a good
False
toss.
start, offense, number 79. 5-yard penalty remains first down.
Chanson Bowen moved a little too early.
Wonder at what age he switched from Bernard to Bernard.
Family name, right?
30.
Right. Or Bernie. He might have been Bernie at some time, yeah. First down and 15. Now back in their own territory again at their own 49 for Argyle. Play action. Gasperson's going to throw. He's going deep on the left side. He's got a man, but it is going to be intercepted. Coming across from the safety spot. He read it all the way. Jalal Abdullah makes the interception for Frisco Memorial, and they'll have it at their own 20-yard line. That was intended for Chris Munster, and Munster might have had a step on his defender, but Abdullah comes over from the safety spot, and Mitch playing center field just read it all the way.
Yeah, and that was really a good play by him, right? Because he knew that going up like that, there was a really good chance of a lot of contact, but it turned out there wasn't, and he just kept focused on the ball and made a great catch.
In defensively for Argyle now at the cornerback spot on the near side here is Michael Neville, 5'11", 200-pound senior. First down and 10. Handoff straight ahead. And is that Jacoby Williams tripped up by his own offensive lineman.
Is that the coach?
Second down and 7 after that 3-yard pickup. Two receivers left, 2 receivers to either side this time for Memorial. Ball on the right hash. Play action. McPherson takes off running straight ahead. He's going to have a first down. Thomas Irwin upends him across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Another first down for Memorial.
So Spencer Cullen's listening now after he missed his moment with Sunshine.
Gain of 14 on that last play. It's going to be first and 10 from the 37-yard line. McPherson wants to throw. Now rolling to his right and looking. Pump fakes and keeps his feet enough to stutter step out of bounds. He was shoved out of bounds after a 1-yard pickup. Ben Godfrey shoves him out of bounds. They give him 2 yards on that one. They give him 1. The down marker just decided to go way ahead of the official over there. Second down and 9. Ben Godfrey now getting some action on both sides of the football. Here's a pass out to Trey Coleman. He's going to break a tackle. He's across the 40, out close to midfield. Neville makes the stop at the 49-yard line, 11-yard pickup before Michael Neville can bring him down. First and 10.
Sounds like Michael may have a relative in front of us.
Yeah, I think so. And it's not Aaron either, because it doesn't sound like.
No. He doesn't know much.
I don't know why I love you. Here's the handoff and into. I
thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. You don't like my Aaron Neville impersonation?
With Linda Ronstadt.
Gain of 2 across to the 48 of Argyle. Gain of 3. We'll call it second down and 7. Three receivers right, one left from the left hash. McPherson rolling to his right, being chased by Woodard. Now he's going to get outside and being chased by Godfrey and just throws it deep down the field. Had a couple of guys down there that were open for a little bit, but then ball is knocked out of bounds by Garrett Westrom. Mason Pittner applying the pressure. Garrett Westrom, an INT earlier, now a PBU. That's a pass breakup for you novices out there.
Boy, he's getting all the abbreviations.
INT and a PBU.
Yep.
Third down and 7 for Frisco Memorial. From the left hash, McPherson, straight drop this time. He's under pressure. Oh, he breaks out of a tackle. Now he's open to the open field. He's got a first down across the 40, 35, all the way down to the Argyle 30-yard line. That one should have been wrapped up. Tanner Kane had a shot at him. A couple other Argyles did too. 18-yard pickup all the way down to the Argyle 30-yard line. Clock stops to move the chains. Now running again, 5:20 to play in the ball game.
Yeah, that was a good run by him, right? I mean, he ran hard and fast, and that kid's going to be sore in the morning. He's taking some shots.
5'10", 195-pound senior. First down and 10. He's going to throw it out in the flat to Jacoby Williams, the running back. And he's going to, looks like McCade Manning makes the stop after a 7-yard gain. It'll be second down and 3. Checking back in defensively is John Hurt at the nose guard spot. Play 9 of this drive for the Warriors, following the interception by Jalal Abdullah, sophomore. A lot of sophomores on this Memorial roster. Rolling to his right now is McPherson. He's got some running room over there. He's inside the 10 to the 5. Oh my, runs over a man, but the ball comes out as he runs over that man. Stays in bounds, and we'll see who the officials say recovered that fumble. As there's a pile up over there at about the 3-yard line.
No, they got it because nobody's celebrating.
Frisco Memorial able to get on that football. Looks like McPherson recovered his own fumble, and he gets it all the way down inside the 5, a 19-yard gain. They're going to mark it at the 2. First and goal for the Warriors.
Yeah, he took a shot right there at the end.
He gave a shot.
Yeah.
A little bit of both. They both just kind of bounced off each other, and the ball went flying. 2 receivers to either side. It's going to be McPherson handing it off to Jacoby Williams, and he is in the end zone for the Frisco Memorial touchdown. Jacoby Williams from 2 yards out. And Frisco Memorial, a couple of back-to-back really nice drives to lessen the gap a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, that was a pretty long sustained drive for them. Argyle had their chances to get him, right? I mean, that one scramble that he made where had 2 or 3 guys on him and he got out of it. But, Argyle's young guys are getting some good work in right now. It'll
Extra point by Mateo Gentile is good. 3:49 to play in our ball game. Our new score, Argyle 49, Frisco Memorial 20 on AEBC Broadcasting.
The real estate station, owned by longtime Argyle residents Dave and Kathy Salisbury, has been around since 1986 and was the first real estate office to be established in Argyle. The real estate station provides full office support, in-house marketing, and an experienced sales team consisting of agents who live in and know the Argyle area. Whether you are buying, selling, or leasing, they are ready to serve you. Supporting Argyle ISD for over 15 years, they are proud to be a district-level Eagle partner again this year. And they were chosen to be Argyle ISD's real estate advisors. The real estate station, they are your hometown real estate experts.
For exceptional lawn care, call Evergreen Lawn and Landscape. We're a family-owned business serving Argyle for more than 30 years. Our services include lawn maintenance, fertilization, sod installation, and landscaping. Our service techs and support staff are fully trained and work hard to make your lawn the best it can be. Contact them today at evergreenlls.com. That's Evergreen Lawn and Landscaping at evergreenlls.com. Let us love your lawn as much as you do at evergreenlls.com.
Tonight's broadcast made possible by the generous support of Lori Jacobson and the Legacy Group, Rustico Grill and 1845 Taste Texas Steakhouse, 308 Construction, Jill and Josh Pizzuto at North Lake Papa John's, where you can put Argyle 24 in and get 25% off. Chard Pool and Patio, Fifth Gear Automotive, Sherry Brunson at Cinch Cleaners, Brent Bowen, attorney at law, Kim Reddy with Magnolia Realty as the kickoff is fair caught by Jackson Green. Argyle will have it at the 25-yard line. Also brought to you by all the good folks over at Chick-fil-A on 407, Argyle's favorite Chick-fil-A. Cliff Collins at the Argyle Rehab Chiropractic, Sonny Darden Group, JLBB Company, NWC General Construction, and the sponsor of our upcoming postgame show, Park Place Lexus and Land Rover Grapevine. And now, Mitchy Poo, how about a Frisco Memorial Draft Center?
Yeah, Northern Texas Facial and Oral Surgery. 10 plays, 80 yards, 3:26 off the clock. So now they've Memorial's had 2 back-to-back 10-play TD drives in this quarter. So it's time to do a little damage on our end. Getting another explanation from the White Hat about something.
All right, looks like Jarrett Wagner is checked in at quarterback for Argyle.
Jay Wags.
Jay Wags. Handoff to
come outside
to Seabags. Chase Bagley running down the right hash. Now grabs the ball with both hands, drags 3 tacklers all the way into Memorial territory to the 46-yard line, a 29-yard gain. Credit Alan Gonzalez with the tackle finally for the Warriors. Big first down on first down.
Yeah, big hole on the right side of the offensive line. He just ran through it and took all that open space down the field.
Chase Bagley now 100 yards rushing on 13 carries tonight. And a couple of touchdowns. Anthony, let's see, is it Grant Romero is checked in at wide receiver here on the near side. Number 62 now is at right tackle. That's J.J. Fuentes. He was out there on the last series as well. We'll see who else is out there on the offensive line, if there's been any other changes. First and 10 from the 46. 2 receivers left, 1 right for Argyle. It's going to be Bagley again running right. Gets a nice block from Braden Bach, and he's into the clear again, inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. 12-yard gain as Micah Gassaway checks back in. We've also got Kirk Rudolph still in there at the right guard spot. Chanson Bowen is back in at the center spot. We mentioned all these great guys. Jake Hartgen at left tackle, and Hunter Bartram is still at left guard as Argyle taking lots of time here now. Of course, just running some clock.
Hunter's dad still on the sticks over there?
Now that I don't know.
You got your field glasses, right?
Well, I do. Bagley's got it again, running left. He finds another hole. He's inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. 3 straight first downs by Chase Bagley. Minute 54. We'll see at what time Argyle just takes a knee, or if they are like, let's keep this going. Let's let Bagley keep on running. Get over the half-century mark on the scoreboard.
Yeah, if I'm Argyle, I'd go ahead and keep running the ball. I mean, we gave them 2 touchdowns in the second half. Let's just go ahead and use a bunch of time, but go ahead and try and score.
Aiden Fletcher, wide receiver on the near side for Argyle. 1st and 10 from the 24 of Memorial. Clock running with 1:20 to play. Wagner, handoff, Bagley running left, bounces it outside, 20, 15, steps through a man at the 10, 5 into the end zone for the Argyle touchdown. That drive was all Chase Bagley. 24-yard touchdown run for Seabags. All aboard. 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
And it was literally all him, right?
Yeah, all him.
I mean, every bit of it.
4 carries on that drive. $75 yards, all Bagley. Now who's kicking? We got a new kicker? Oh, it's Beckham Kimbrell. Thought we may have switched again. Snap's good and holds good. Beckham Kimbrell's extra point is good as well. 1:08 to play in the ball game. Our new score, Argyle 56, Frisco Memorial 20. We're back after this message from yournewdoor.com.
This is Billy Klein. DFW Door Repair was repairing, restoring, and replacing doors in houses all over town when a couple of guys from Austin showed up and said, "Billy, we need to take this nationwide." I said, "I don't know how to do that." They said, "We do." And that's how yournewdoor.com was born. I'm telling you this in case it all works out and we become a big deal nationwide. You'll be able to say, "I was there the day it was born." Billy and Jennifer help sponsor our ball games. Check it out, yournewdoor.com.
A trusted community staple for over 15 years, Rapid Med Urgent Care is more than just an urgent care. From well checks to minor emergency care, our goal is to keep you well or get you feeling better sooner. We also now offer Rapid Wellness, providing therapeutic IV infusions, injections, weight loss options, and allergy testing and treatment. Walk-ins are welcome, or visit rapidmed.com and book your visit today. Rapid Med Urgent Care, your hometown emergency care doctors with Texas-sized hearts and proud supporters of our Argyle Eagles.
Kickoff is returned out to the 34-yard line, and that's where Memorial will set up 1st and 10 with 1:05 to play here in the 4th quarter. And Mitchy Poo, how about another drive summary?
Yeah, 4 plays, 75 yards, 2:41 off the clock. All of it came from one guy, Chase Bagley. How many yards he got on the night now? 16 for 146. He had 75 of his 146 right there. 3 touchdowns.
Hey, we got some special visitors in the booth with us.
All right.
Former potential Argyle great that moved off to Bernie, Walker West.
Okay.
And also Henry Grudzielanek is in the house with us. So there are our special broadcast partners here for the next minute or so.
Now Bernie champion, which one?
Bernie High. Yeah, he'll be at Bernie High.
Okay.
Yeah. So 1st down for Frisco Memorial. Good to see you guys. Gain of 21 on 1st down for Memorial. McPherson throws out to the right. That one is caught by Grimes, able to keep his feet in bounds just in front of Grady Emerson. Another 10-yard gain. Knocking him out of bounds there, Ben Godfrey. And another 1st down at the Argyle 35-yard line. Last 6 plays by both teams, all been 1st downs. McPherson, another straight drop. He's looking. Now he's rolling out to his left. Still looking. And he's going to be run out of bounds. Credit Xavier Sanchez. He's run out of bounds at the 32-yard line. So not a 1st down on that play. 3-yard gain, though. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for Frisco Memorial. Clock stops once again, though, with 40 seconds to play in the ball game. Argyle leading 56-20 with Blake Jones and Clark McNulty. Mitch Cullen, I'm Kenny Arthur. Thanks so much for hanging out with us on a Friday night. The coaches next door here are wrapping it up. They're going to get ready to head down to the locker room.
Well, the stands have wrapped it up. Look at it. There ain't nobody in there.
Here's a quick pass out to Trey Coleman. And another 1st down to the 22-yard line. Thomas Irwin runs him out of bounds. from the 22. Straight drop from McPherson. And he's going to roll and be slung down. We got the sack over there. Who we're going to credit with that sack is that Ben Godfrey gets the sack, a 2-yard loss back to the 25-yard line.
And it was in bounds, so they had to burn a timeout right there.
I get you want to get some more work and get your team some points, but there comes a time where you just let the clock run out, don't you?
Well, I mean, for them, no, right? They've struggled all year, and they're kind of on a little bit of a roll, sadly. But, I mean, albeit against some, some of the younger kids. But I think their coach is just trying to build something positive, right? So he can say, hey, look, we scored 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter against, the great Argyle on their field. So I think that's probably what he's trying to do. If I was him, I wouldn't let the time run out. I'd go.
So 2nd down and 13 here following the timeout.
We got a little dancing going on. I don't think I've ever seen that on Argyle sideline.
McPherson going to roll to his right here. Now come all the way back to his left. He's got lots of room over here. 15, 10.
Boom.
Ooh, he's hit from behind, and he's hit hard as he gets inside the 10. Cade McManning. I always say that, don't I? It's McCade Manning, not Cade McManning. McCade Manning makes the stop inside the 10 at about the 9-yard line. It's going to be a 1st down and goal, but the clock is going to continue to run. So Memorial calls another timeout with 13 seconds.
And they have one more timeout.
16-yard gain that time for Demarion McPherson, who's had a pretty good game, kind of quietly. Let's see if I can check out some of their stats on.
Yeah, and I mean, even at this point in the game, when you rush that passer and he rolls out and you go with him, you can't give away your outside edge, which is what happens. And then he comes back, and there's nobody there, right? Because all your DBs are deep covering people, so you really kind of got to stay in your lane and all the way through the play, and don't just give up just because he rolls one direction or the other.
Got our players of the game, by the way. Not necessarily exactly
player.
Yeah, but it's players on offense. So McPherson's going to throw one out to the right. I guess that was an incomplete pass. They do blow the whistle, but could almost consider it a backwards pass. And so, but it's going to fall incomplete with 10 seconds.
Yeah, and that was going to be a race to the corner of the end zone right there, I think.
And our players of the game, players. Defense is Hudson E. Materio. We're calling his name all night long. McPherson rolling to his right. He's going to throw toward the back corner of the end zone. That ball is caught.
Come on, seriously?
I may have just given him that one, but he did drag his feet.
No. The back judge is saying no, I think, isn't he?
No, they're going to call it a touchdown.
Okay.
Nice job dragging his feet over there.
Yeah.
TJ Osborne makes the catch for the Memorial touchdown with 4 seconds left to play in the game.
Great throw, great catch.
Mateo Gentile. Out of the hold of TJ Osborne. PAT is no good. 4 seconds left. We need to hear from a couple more sponsors, so we're going to take us a quick timeout. We'll come back, finish this one up, have our post-game show. Argyle 56, Memorial 26, back in a moment.
Buying or or selling a home is likely your greatest investment. Lori Jacobson and the Legacy Group believe in making the process easy and simple for your family. Whether you're moving into your forever home in Argyle, need help remodeling or staging, or are a first-time buyer, Lori's dedicated to making sure all of her clients walk away from the transaction satisfied. She has a saying that you walk in as a client, but you leave as a friend. So it's no secret why she's been named Best Real Estate Agent by D Magazine yet again. Lori Jacobson encourages all the Argyle Eagles to leave a legacy both on and off the field. Go Eagles.
Howdy folks, Marty B here, inviting you to come to each of our 4 amazing restaurants. At Marty B's, join us for an outstanding atmosphere of family, food, fun, and entertainment. Or join us at Rustico Wood-Fired Grill and Wine Bar for an intimate date night in a rustic, elegant setting. Looking for a taste of upscale Texas? Join us at 1845, where it's designed like Dallas, but tastes like Fort Worth. Come experience amazing at all of our fine restaurants. And new this summer, put a pep in your two-step at Marty B's Coffee Co., right next to Marty B's restaurant. Look forward to seeing you there.
That I would take it and ran around for 4 seconds and took a knee. You can run back. It's Will Grudzielanek. You don't want to get him hurt, but just run backwards. You can run for 4 seconds without getting hit that far back.
Or just stand there.
You're right. Yeah, you didn't have to run. I guess if you did run, you could run backwards a little bit. So 4 seconds, Argyle offense will have to come back out on the field and take a knee. It's another year and another record-breaking year for the Argyle Eagles Booster Club, thanks in large part to Brian and Shelley Stone with shout-out promotions. They've made a massive impact on us. Allow them to help you too. If you need your business brand promoted, don't whisper. Use shout-out promotions. Victory formation here for Argyle. Jarrett Wagner up under center, and he will take the snap and take a knee. And Argyle will move to 2-2 on the season. 1-0 in district play as Argyle defeats Frisco Memorial tonight here at Eagle Stadium. 56-26 our final score. The Eagles 1-0 on the season in district play, the games that really matter. We're going to take us one more quick timeout. We'll come back with the Park Place postgame show here in just a moment. Again, Argyle wins 56-26 tonight to start the season 1-0 in district play. We'll talk to you with this postgame show right after this message from the Design House.
Home is too important to do alone. The Design House of Denton has designers and experts on staff who want to help. Whether it's simply new flooring or having an entire wing of your home remodeled, the Design House has a full spectrum of services for any size idea you have. They care about you and your home both during and after your project. My wife and I know this from personal experience. Now it's time to see for yourself. Go see the friendly staff at their gorgeous showroom located just outside Golden Triangle Mall at 2303 Colorado Boulevard. The Design House of Denton, locally owned and proud members of Argyle Eagle Nation.
Park Place is proud to support Argyle High School and all you Eagles fans out there. You deserve to feel like a winner, whether you're cheering on your favorite team or shopping for your new favorite car. And at Park Place Lexus Grapevine and Land Rover DFW, you'll enjoy a fully customized luxury dealership experience that'll make you feel like the MVP. So head over to your nearest Park Place dealership or visit parkplace.com and see what makes them the experts in excellence.
This broadcast is made possible by the generous support of our corporate advertising sponsors who have enabled Argyle ISD athletic programs to achieve many exceptional accomplishments, including state championships in multiple sports and 10 straight Lone Star Cups. These sponsorships remain the primary source of funding for the Booster Club, which directs the expenditures towards Argyle athletics and clubs at the high school and middle school level. Your corporate sponsorship provides the best opportunity for our student athletes to reach their full potential here at Argyle ISD, and in return, we offer numerous advertising packages which fit your budget to brand your business with high visibility in the stadiums or right here on these airwaves. Do you want to be a sponsor and support the athletics here at Argyle ISD? Contact Brian and Shelley Stone at aebc.sponsorship@gmail.com to begin your support. Go Eagles!
Back at Eagle Stadium, following the 56-26 victory, Argyle moves to 2-2 on the season. But the important one, 1-0 in district play. And Mitch, I think, a lot of people were starting to really question what Argyle had this year. And we still don't know. I guess the last couple of weeks, Montgomery and Memorial, both teams that are winless on the season. But Argyle's definitely looked a lot better the last couple of weeks. And I think we got another team that's going to make a deep run into the playoffs.
Yeah, I think so too. And you know what, tonight, even though it was kind of a blowout, they saw some pretty good players that they had to defend, right? So I think they got something out of the game. You know, even though a lot of times you get in these games and you think, well, you know, we just killed them, we didn't really accomplish much. But they had a couple of guys they had to chase around the field and make some plays on. So I think they got a lot of good experience out of that. Their younger guys did. And I think you're right. I think they're kind of starting to hit their stride and see how well they do.
All right, time for Rustico in 1845 Taste Texas brings us this post-game interview with Coach Rodgers. Clark, take it away.
Well, 56-26, not as close as the scoreboard might say, but how well did the halftime adjustments make a difference?
Oh, I think so. You know, it's a lot of video to watch and a lot of video to assess. And several kids got in the game and just played tremendously hard. So we're very pleased with the effort. The effort has never been a challenge here in Argyle. They know what to do. They play fast, and we just got to continue to coach the X's and O's part and give them every possible scenario they can see. But the reps we got tonight was just what the Argyle Eagles needed to put us into open week where we go back to fundamentals and then get ready for Lake Dallas.
Coach Rodgers, what have you seen in your team the last couple of weeks? It just seems like, and maybe you're seeing it just from the press box perspective, but it just seems like a little more energy out of the team the last couple of weeks. One of your players said something about senior leadership has really stepped up. Is that what it is, or just I guess, or did you fire them up a little bit?
Well, it's been everybody. Everybody. We're used to winning, and starting the season 0-2. It's embarrassing. And those words were used. I didn't use those words, but they used those words, and they want to carry the flagship of the football program, and so they decided they could give more, and I decided that the coaches could give more, and we all got on the same page, and we drove a stake in the ground and said, hey, we got to pick it up. Everybody does a little bit, and we'll get where we need to be. It's just going to be a process.
Talk a little bit about the play of your quarterback. It just looks like he's had a lot of ups and downs, but here, especially just the last couple of weeks, he seems to have found, I guess, the mark. He's just kind of seemed to figure some things out. Talk a little bit about his play.
Well, he's got some really fast, athletic wide receivers, and if we can continue to give him and protect him back there, time to distribute the ball to all those wide receivers, we're going to be lethal on a whole nother level. And I think we've really just got the tip of the iceberg right now. And John's got a big arm, and our offense is starting to make sense to him, and he's starting to see all aspects of it, and I think that's going to pay dividends for us at some point.
Well, and it wouldn't be a Coach Rodgers interview without the infamous Andy Smith. Hey, Coach, do you like to win?
I love winning. Winning is the only way to go.
Okay, appreciate it. Thanks, Coach. Have a good night.
All right, thanks.
All right. Coach Todd Rodgers, the Rustico in 1845 Taste Texas coach of the game, of course. And now we're going to get our players of the game. We got multiple. Our defensive player of the game tonight was Hudson E. Materio. It doesn't look like he's there yet, but we got some of those big boys. Carter Wilson's going to be the first one. As the running game caught fire tonight. How many rushing yards do we have tonight, Blake? That matters to these offensive linemen. That's really all that matters. 322 rushing yards tonight. Carter Wilson. We got Carter Wilson, right? Clark,
yes, I got Carter.
Take it away.
Carter, I was telling you before, you're the third Wilson that wears this number on this field, and I've had the honor of interviewing all three of you now. What an exceptional game I noticed you played center and guard tonight, but 322 yards on the ground and 6 touchdowns?
Yeah, it was 7 rushing touchdowns.
I just wanted you to correct me on that. Now you're the senior. There's several of you. You got Thor, and then of course newcomer Leighton, Firestone. But what makes this? Every line has its own personality. What would you say yours is?
I would say that just brotherhood. We're all every day we get up early in the morning. We'll all get there around 5:30, and even then we're all laughing, and we're all just very united. I would say we always bring each other up because. As the O-line, you don't get a lot of love, unfortunately. But so we all make sure to stick together and bring each other up.
Well, that's why I'm here, because I give you guys all the love, man. Because those fast guys, they drink smoothies and score touchdowns. You guys are down there doing all the work.
We're in the trenches.
That's right. That's right. And then I've got Thor Johansson here. Thor, let's pass this over because they might want to throw some questions at you from up in the box. With a name like Thor.
Well, of course.
Man, you brought the hammer tonight. Tell me how this year's different than every other year.
Well, this year, of course, I'm a senior, and normally I could look up to, like last year we had Big Jason Crowder and Wes Tucker, and they were big names. But now kind of have to be that guy. There's no one to fall back on, no one to go and ask, hey, what do I do? You got to step up, and I found myself in that position.
Hey, Thor, you said, this is Kenny Arthur up in the booth. You talked a couple weeks ago when you were the player spotlight or whatnot about how you like to rush block more than you do pass block. 322 rushing yards tonight, but you guys also had to pass block tonight and 545 yards of total offense. Tell me about the pride you taking that over almost 550 yards of total offense tonight.
I take immense pride. I mean, we had a great night, I felt, running the ball, really effective, and I thought we kept our quarterback pretty clean. Of course, there's always things we can clean up, but yeah, we mauled them, and that's what we always want to see. And we get plenty of ice cream sandwiches as our reward for that. So,
how many ice cream sandwiches?
One for each rushing touchdown, so 7.
Wow.
Okay.
If you can't do all 7, I'll take 1 or 2. Yeah. I'll come by tomorrow morning.
And now we're going to go over to the new guy. The new guy from Arizona. We've got Leighton Firestone, and I heard you were big. I mean, I'm a pretty big dude, and I'm standing here looking at the G in Argyle. Come from Arizona. How has it been a good process, or you still think that you're learning?
Yeah, transferring over, it's been difficult at times. Y'all block a little bit differently than I'm used to, but hey, once I picked it up, it was real fun to be here. Not to mention I was born here, so my family's all here. Getting to play every night with my family watching, it's been great. I've loved every second of it.
And do you think, I mean, you kind of came into a group of guys that have been doing this for a long time together. Did they welcome you, or did they give you a little bit of ration here and there, and maybe hey, new guy?
It was a little bit of a learning curve, but once I got in, I was in. It was a brotherhood pretty quick, you know. Once a bunch of big guys eat together, you're pretty close, you know.
Oh, I've seen you guys eat. I've seen the pictures of the spread that Miss Wilson puts out, and I'll tell you what, I can't afford to feed you guys. So, speaking of that, which one of y'all eats the most donuts? Who would you say?
Every Saturday, the quarterbacks and running backs will get us donuts, and they bring around how many? 2 dozen. But in a contest, though, I can put down.
Okay, and nicknames. You guys have always had the funnest nicknames on the team, and remember, we're on the radio.
Just stud.
That's Carter Wilson, everybody.
Carter Wilson, the self-proclaimed stud. What do you think?
Well, Coach Vaughn started calling me Tater. It's like a potato, and I kind of like it. I'm kind of built like a potato, so Tater. I'll take that.
All right.
And Leighton, have you been around long enough? Have they learned enough of your little nuances to give you a nickname yet?
If I was going to go with one, I've had it for a while. I don't move quick, but once I start, it's hard to stop. So Lay Train has been what I've been stuck with.
Lay Train.
Lay Train.
I like that one.
I'll tell you what, if you were going faster than 3 miles an hour, I'm getting out of your way.
Hey, Leighton, this is Kenny up here in the booth. I got a question for you. I know you love protecting the quarterback, but you guys have had a couple of running backs go down. So Lane Stewart early in the season, and then Kreckler's been kind of beat up a little bit, so you had to have Preston come in. And even Chase Bagley, the sophomore tonight. Do you guys care, or is it just all about opening big holes? And talk a little bit about that sophomore tonight, Bagley, who goes almost for 150 yards. And he could have been our player of the game, but we thought the lineman blocking for him was the way to go.
I appreciate that, but yeah, we have some really good running backs, and every time one goes down, it does hurt. At the end of the day, our job is to make a gap for him. Unfortunately, I'm not fast enough to walk with him and block for him once I get downfield. But yeah, he had a great game, amazing player.
Well, credit to you guys for his we've got him for 16 carries, 146 yards, 3 touchdowns tonight, but it all starts with you guys up front.
Yeah, that's our job. We make gaps. We make skinny guys look really good, you know.
That's
right. So, I mean, here's the deal. I think you guys need to kind of gang up on him and say, hey, 140-some-odd yards, 3 touchdowns, you're buying the donuts. Don't you think that's fair? $1 per touchdown for every rushing touchdown.
You're onto something. That's a smart idea.
I think so, too. I'm going to lobby for it.
We had this old tradition back in my old school. If there was a sackless game or ran for more than 1,000 yards, running backs or quarterback was a steak and lobster at their place.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
That's motivation.
Wow.
I like that.
All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with us a little bit. Go celebrate with your team. The offensive line tonight, we don't want to leave out those younger guys as well. Tyler Roberts and Weston Cheney for the starters, and then several other guys that got in a lot tonight. A lot of guys got in tonight, but want to credit Hunter Bartram out there a ton tonight. Micah Gassaway got quite a bit of playing time tonight on the offensive line, as well as Kirk Rudolph was out there quite a bit tonight. Chanson Bowen, and then, of course, kind of the pseudo-offensive linemen, right? The tight ends. Got to give the credit to Hunter McFall and also Braden Bach out there quite a bit tonight, as well as Ben Godfrey getting some time at tight end tonight. So just overall a great night for the big boys blocking up front. Now our defensive player of the game, it's Hudson Emeterio, Clark.
Yeah, Hudson, man, it seemed like we called your name on every single play. I don't know how many. I think somebody said 9, but I'm going to bet it's more than that, including tackles for loss. I think you got a quarterback sack.
Yes, sir. I'm really excited to be back on the field. I didn't start the season off playing because of baseball, but I had to be out there with my boys, and this is what I love to do. So I'm glad to be back.
And we talk about it all the time. When you finish your tackles, it's a lot of guys go in there and the first initial contact is hard. I think that when you get the guy on the ground, that is almost harder than when you make contact initially.
Yes, sir. Coach Parks has been teaching me that since the second I got into high school, and just running your feet. We work on it every single day. Run your feet until they're in the ground. So we've been on that since day one.
Absolutely. Now you're playing on the edge, coming across through there. Let's talk about some of your teammates as well. I mean, it's a pretty young group. You have by far the most experience. Well, you and Bud Petter, and now you've got Magnificent Bland in there as well. How are you guys gelling together?
Our linebacker core has gotten better and better every week. Max is starting to fill holes. He's being the dog he is, and it's great because he's getting more and more experience every week, and I love to see it. He's getting more confidence. I mean, he loves being around us because we kind of make him feel like he can just play loose, and it's a great core we have right now.
Hey, Hudson, this is Kenny up here in the booth, and we don't get too much into this, but you did talk about how you didn't start the season and that you decided to stick solely and kind of focus on baseball. What is it about this game and this team and Argyle football that made you just say, man, I can't do it. I can't stay away?
Well, I was in the student section week 1 against Melissa, and it's just I couldn't do it. I mean, I started tearing up a little bit because it's something I'll regret it for the rest of my life. This is something I've always wanted to do. I want to finish this out. I've been playing since I was 5 years old, and I love this sport. My dad played it in college. It means a lot to me, and it means a lot to be there for my guys in my senior year. So I wanted to stick it out and go be with them. So.
Good deal. Well, hey, we appreciate you hanging out with us for a few minutes. Go celebrate with those teammates and our defensive player of the game, Hudson Emeterio.
Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
Thanks, Hudson. Linebacker, 6'3", 215-pound senior linebacker. We do have him officially with 9 tackles, 2 tackles for loss tonight for Hudson, but he was in on a lot more plays than that. Those were the 9 solo tackles, and just a great game tonight. Also defensively, Bud Petter had 7 tackles. Max Bland, we called his name a lot tonight, 4 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, a pass breakup. Garrett Westrom had 3 tackles. He had the pass breakup and an interception tonight. Xavier Sanchez with 4 tackles. Watson Bell had 3, a pass breakup for Micah Roberts. Logan Gregory had 2 tackles. Brendan Hickman, Jack Teller, John Hurt also with 2 tackles apiece. Thomas Irwin and Justice Jones with 3 tackles apiece. So everybody getting into the mix tonight. And we talked about the Hankinator a lot last week. Well, he got in on a tackle or 2 tonight as well. McCade Manning had a couple of tackles, 1 tackle for loss for Argyle. Offensively, John Gailey goes 11 for 24 tonight, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns, an interception. He was sacked 1 time. McGuire Gasperson gets in there. He's 1 out of 2 tonight for 8 yards. Rushing the football, leading the way, sophomore Chase Bagley, Seabags as we decided to call him. We didn't find out from him what his nickname is because we made it up, but ours are never as good as theirs. Seabag, 16 carries, 146 yards, 3 touchdowns tonight, a 9.1 yard per carry tonight for the sophomore Chase Bagley. Preston Slayton, 13